Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get away with this. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
It's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh! Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast. This is episode 1230.
Do it live!
We're doing it live, episode 1230 on a rare Wednesday appearance. Welcome, everybody. We're doing a show today, and then we're doing our third show of the week tomorrow. Want to remind everybody that we do a pre-show before every episode, and the only way to get that is to follow us on audio platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, those kind of things. Or we also have it linked down below. If you click on the link in the description that says last night's pre-show, you can go there and listen to it too if you don't want to download a special app for something like that. Please like the stream and also help us out with the tip train. My goal before the end of tonight is to get us to 50% of the weekly goal, so when we go into the stream tomorrow, we don't have to sweat it too hard. Actually, this time, last week, when we were doing the third show, we were at about where we are now. So that's good.
Ooh.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah.
So a lot has gone on in the past 24 hours. We're definitely going to get to it eventually here. We ask that you like the stream. And Magicus, what's going on with you?
What's going on? I just got my internet back at my house today, so I'm kind of excited about
What,
that.
you couldn't afford your internet like a brokey? Is that what you're saying?
The money was not the problem. It's a whole fucking thing.
Oh, no, you're a brokey. You're a brokey.
No, that's not true. Magicus has tons of money. His internet got shut off because of some files he was downloading.
PDF files?
I didn't say that.
I thought we were friends, Billy. What the fuck?
We are. I didn't say that.
He said files. I was just like, what?
Yeah, Magicus was downloading some anime, illegal anime. It was only illegal.
Download it, I stream it. Okay, there's a difference.
Oh, the FBI was like, "This is copyright laws."
Whoa.
So it's not there.
You're going to
for me.
jail,
No
Magicus.
evidence.
You're going to jail.
Okay, there definitely would be evidence of streaming stuff, but there's no
Magicus,
file.
have you ever looked at fanfic of Shrek?
Not intentionally.
Yeah, it's pretty sick, huh?
Look, I've watched Medicur's series on Deviants, and some of that stuff comes up on there.
There's some weird, I've watched that too. There's some weird Shrek stuff out there.
During the pre-show, there was a brony joke made, and ever since then, I've been thinking about brogers. I can't think of bronies without thinking of brogers, the people who have sexual attention for Shrek.
Yeah, that is okay. Yeah, now I get it. They're bronies for ogres. I didn't get it at first. I'm like, so they're like bros that have a favorite grocery store that they shop at, you know?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
No, they're like bronies. Like bronies are to brogers.
Do they have a Broger Plus card that they get discounts?
I don't think so.
Oh.
And then there's brokies too, which are
lowbrow.
the bros that love wokies.
Lowbrow Jester, he's getting the ball rolling on the tip train tonight. Anyone else want to help us out with the tip train? Feel free to click that. Send us in a couple bucks. Help us get to at least 50%. Please, people. We need it. We need it.
The big 5-0. Yeah, because tomorrow is going to be our third show of the week, right?
Yes. Tomorrow's our third show.
That's a weird week.
Yes, it is a weird week. Normally Thursday is our second show of the week. We've had a modified week, but yeah, we're going to get right into the content in just a moment here. It's going to be amazing. Oh, do we get another one?
Ramas.
Yeah, we did.
Cheers.
When there's
Cheers.
when there's no text with it, I'm like, did something get No, there's nothing with it. Okay, all right.
One in the chat if you've liked this stream already.
Please like the stream.
Whee!
Especially Gladiator. You definitely need to like the stream. Thank you for your support, Gladiator. All right, we're going to move on to the first segment of the show. Here we go. Cheers. That was from Troy Doe.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Yeah, they're gonna
No,
touch me.
Troy.
$10 from
No.
Troy Doe just came in. Cheers. Woo! Okay, here we go, everybody. So I was alerted last night that our buddy Sturgis, who's been streaming on Twitch for a couple years now, has these amazing clips
Everyone like the stream.
Thank you.
Let's go with some antagonism.
Let's go.
Antagonism.
So Sturgis Twitch channel, you know how your viewers can clip stuff from your streams on Twitch?
Uh-huh.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if his viewers, he might have a lot of like hate viewers, you know? He might. Because
I
these
think there's
clips are
fake to it, too.
unflattering. These are unflattering clips that I'm about to show you.
I have a secondary theory.
Go ahead.
I think that the particular person who's been clipping the most, she's femme representing. I assume she's actually a woman. I think she's like a desperate housewife that has 3 multiple children, a husband that plays video games and is horrible in bed. And she sits there, and because Sturgis has all the time in the world to give her attention, she farms it. And all these weird things are just her, who she probably tells him she's a lot prettier than she is. She's probably catfishing him.
Oh, we'll get to that because there's the leaked DMs between them, but we're going to save that for the end.
They're cute.
I have a third theory.
I think
actually.
I think she's just a lonely old woman who, for some reason, likes Sturgis's moobs.
We'll see.
Maybe he has a humiliation fetish and he's clipping them himself.
Well, that's why he keeps responding to us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone, please like the stream. Liking the stream is free to do, and it helps out the show a lot. So please do that. Here it is. I went ahead and clipped all of these together into one long video, and it's just little snippets of very cringy stuff that he does during his streams. Check this out.
Place and they say it gets colder. You're bundled up now, wait until you get older. Split the meter man, but to differ, judging by the hole in the satellite picture. No, it's okay.
Okay, I notice he sings very high. Like he brings his voice like up here.
Since he's trying to read and sing at the same time, and his brain's not strong enough to do that.
He can't
so he's
catch
trying
up.
to catch up with it.
Yeah,
I thought this was antagonism, not DP Idol.
Well.
And by the way, Gladiator, we'll get to Luke in a moment here. Eventually,
yes.
we
yeah. There's no way we're missing that.
yeah. There's no way we're skipping that. So don't worry. But yeah. There's a few karaoke clips on here.
It's getting pretty
This is particularly painful because this is like one of my favorite songs to sing.
It is a karaoke favorite, I would say. It is.
Water's getting warm, so you might swim. My nose
I
on
knew you
fire.
were a
How about
broger.
yours? That's the way I like it, and I'll never get bored.
He's so
hey
good.
Now,
Hey
you're
now,
an all-star.
you're an
Get your
all-star.
game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star.
Why did he get all quiet there? Was his mom banging on his door like, "Shut up, Sturgis! I'm trying to sleep."
He's got to be quiet. He can't wake up Gammy Num Nums in the Madre.
Get the show on, get paid, and all that glitters is gold.
I hope I don't get a copyright claim because that was almost like the original. Oh, dude,
You're in trouble.
This is where he flexes his muscles to show off his massive gains.
This? What this?
All right. I don't think I need to say this, but
he's got substitute teacher arm going on.
That's not what muscle looks like.
Oh, okay.
That boy thick.
I am erect. What this one or this?
He's got a Funko Pop collection over his shoulder. Well, there's a couple. There's ones on both sides of the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, those are like the worst things to collect.
He's got a sad amount of Funko Pops.
Look,
There's like
if you have a double-digit number, that's a sad amount.
Sturgis.
I have 2, and they were both given to me as gifts.
Yeah, like it's okay
And-
if it's a gift, but like if you own like 10 or more, then fuck, man, I'm sorry.
I have 2, and they were given away to me as like a perk for going to a Seattle Mariners game, and they're each Seattle Mariners players, and that's it. But he should come to Evowit, Washington, and go to the Funko Pop headquarters.
Dude, if he wants to come to Seattle, we'll hang out with him. We'll be his buddy pal. Come on, Sturge.
He go back home. He go back home totally corrupted and way better than he is now.
Yeah, isn't there like a anime convention coming up soon? Sakura-con? Can we get him Sakura-con?
This one. This one. This one.
This one. This one. This one. This one.
You only get those jerking off times a day.
You know, I can tell you can get those without working out. In fact, that's the way most people get them.
And
No,
normally,
it's really
oh, go ahead.
it's really hard to get those. Actually, they usually cook the pizza dough before they deliver it to you.
This dude goes around calling other people fat and using that as justification for why he can just dismiss whatever they say when he's made multiple videos about them. So that's a big factor here. I don't normally call out people's lack. I'm not in the greatest shape, so I don't normally call that out on other people.
I call out people all the time,
I
and
know.
I'm a massively fat person. I don't care.
I get these from the gym.
You got them from the gym?
I get these
Might
from
would've
months
returned
from the
them
gym.
if they think they're defective.
Months in the
I
gym.
get it. He's stupid, and he thinks he got that from eating Slim Jims. He's like, no, I go to the gym and I'm slim because I eat the Slim Jim.
It's from the gym. Months.
I've also say this.
He's pronouncing munch wrong.
Munching the
might
Slim
look
Jims.
Maybe a little more flattering if like his camera was just raised up a little bit. Instead, we're getting like the shot upwards, so we're seeing the underside of his fucking like arm fat.
Come on, Magicus, tell him to tilt the camera down so we can see that package.
Yeah, you want the camera like slightly like above you, maybe like where the top of your head is pointing down.
Let's see that juicy sturgeon.
Months.
What? His mutterings, his little months. His mutterings of months.
You know what's
funny?
You know what's hilarious too? This guy was like, I'm a Ripaverse customer, and the Drunken Peasants are too left for me in general. However, I can put tribalism aside to find their Sturgis stuff funny. Come on, Renowned Zero, you need to be able to laugh at yourself sometimes.
Yeah, Jay, we're actually probably embarrassingly left.
You know,
we're embarrassingly left.
Yeah, and
but
I would
appreciate you calling a sturge.
I would like someone like this to come on and legitimately be like, this is why I like Isom and Ripaverse. And we could have a good faith conversation about it where no one's like, you're too fat to listen to. You know, like that would be refreshing. So I appreciate the comment.
Jay never said we weren't too fat.
Well, this is where he's trying to like make his pecs bounce.
Are they real?
Bounce.
Can I?
Are they real? It's like, what? Do people think you got boob implants?
Can I move them? Can I move them with my? Can I move them at all?
Don't do
Bounce, bounce, bounce.
I can move them,
bounce,
right?
Bounce, bounce.
Yeah, you see, I can kind of move them. I don't have muscles. I don't have muscle tone at all.
Wow, what a great moment of self-awareness. You don't ever hear him say this shit now. Yeah, you don't.
Not anymore.
I think he used to be like pretty thin looking in his younger age.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he realizes how much of a bloat he's put on. I think he still thinks of himself in the old way.
Kind of like Jared.
I don't know.
Because Jared used to be a lot thinner, and Jared's way fatter now, and he says, "Oh, well, I'm bloating because I'm a bodybuilder." This is the same basic thing. We got Riley gave us $5 super chat.
He must be so devastated he can't grow a beard on both arms like Eric can.
A beard's worth of hair on his shoulders.
Oh.
Here he is getting the big gains, busting out those reps. He's playing a game, but it's irrelevant, so I zoomed in on his camera when I did the edit here.
Those almost look like they might be real weights.
Those are real weights, but they gotta be like 5 to 10 pounds. They're nothing.
What's this character on his shirt? Is she a Chola version of C-3PO?
Oh my god.
C-3PO-lay.
It's more weight than Jared lifts, at least.
Yeah, like when I was lifting all the time, I got to the point where I was doing what he's doing with 30-pound dumbbells.
Right.
So like, yeah.
Oh, you're breathtaking.
Oh God, here it comes.
Boy.
Here it comes. This is the part where because I've heard him so many times be like, "You guys have MOOBS. I don't have those. You liar. I don't have MOOBS. You guys be the judge. You guys judge, okay?"
Oh my God.
He could be on hormones.
Don't do it, man. Please.
And by the way, this is on Twitch.
I don't see nothing wrong. Look at those. He's got Kalo nipples.
Yes.
He looks like Kyle the Creator.
Yeah.
With them luscious, sippable titties.
Magicus is the Twitch rules expert. Man nipple on Twitch. What's the verdict there?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it on my channel. So.
Are you satisfied?
You're only supposed to show man nipple when you're in like a pool setting or something.
Yeah, you have to be like the pool meta.
Unless they've changed that rule. I don't know. Gynecomastia?
You know, well, I am the
Swagnar.
Twitch CEO. I change my mind in this every other day, so who knows?
I regret on Mod Takeover that I didn't request to see nipples.
Okay, here it goes again. Here it goes again.
There you go.
Dude! Those are milkers.
Yeah.
I defeated Dracula and all I got were these titties.
He's got mini milkers.
Oh my God.
These are small tits on a woman.
Yeah.
On a man, they're milkers.
And he gives him a little jiggle too.
Why do that?
Oh my God.
No problem. I got no problems here. You're welcome.
No, you have many problems.
Now, Buff Weeb, our boy Diesel, who Eric July won't talk to even though he's hella fit, says, I have a little bit of gynecomastia left over, so I'm not going to bash him for that. But he could do some push-ups. Well, I have big old flopping heavies. I'm a sloppy fat dude, and I'll bash him because I don't have to compare other people to myself in order to point out their differences.
Look, I got a pair of man titties myself, but the thing is, I'm not going around bragging about how fucking ridiculously ripped I am. So
yeah, because you have a tight vagina. Like that's
yeah.
You don't need to brag. You don't need to brag about your boobs. You got so much else going for you.
Unblock me, Sturgis, so we can do push-ups together, lol.
Yeah, have a push-up contest with Mighty Five. That's where the money's at.
You lift up, right?
Okay, now he gives multiple fingering and cunnilingus tutorials too, which is so.
Are you sure this isn't?
Shit.
Are you sure this isn't the Ripaverse version of Indian in the Cupboard starring the Green Ranger?
Yeah.
Honestly, she's such a little tomboy.
This one because it's longer.
I mean, this is another really funny Jared comparison with the Green Ranger being right there.
While he's doing finger gains?
Yes. And he's got a dresser with a bunch of action figures on top of it, too.
Well, I don't know. That blue thing on the side might be a deal, though.
I'm like this. So you're like this inside, and the thumb like this. Together.
Oh, God.
He looks like a kid trying to do the Konami code for the first time.
The female O Konami code.
I'm gonna delete it.
I bet that would actually work.
Up, down, down, left, right.
A few clips I've never
A, B.
So this is the.
Does it feel good to you?
This is the clip where he says anyone can clip whatever they want from his streams and do whatever they want with it. So I'm just putting that in here.
Just kind of pop up onto light stream, and I'm just like, what is that? It's like, it's called renowned shooting stuff. Okay, no problem. I mean, I don't care what I really don't care what you clip. You can clip whatever you want. It's open and free to anybody that wants to clip stuff.
Thank you, Sturgis, because this was all great content. Your
Like I
quality.
said,
See, we were just watching your bullshit where you get all Rain Man and read statistics. Like your statisms are boring and horrible, and your takes are terrible. But these small clips making you look like a buffoon are hilarious.
I love it.
Good work.
I love it.
Eat my taco.
Okay, so here's the cunnilingus demonstration right here.
Oh man, we'll pause before you play it. Remember when Cobra did his demonstration?
Yep.
I try not to think about it.
Yep. It's like a
the
walnut.
Three of us. Ben, you've seen this. Magicus, have you seen this yet?
Not this one, no.
Okay, then since you haven't seen it, who do you think is better at it, King Cobra or Sturgis?
I'm gonna pick Cobes because I know Cobes is actually like.
I think that's a safe bet. I think that's a safe bet.
I want to say the beard is a hindrance. Yeah, you know. Let's see what he does.
Yes.
What was that? What is he doing?
I love the dramatic music.
No. He had to wipe his own mustache afterwards. Yuck. Did he taste his own upper lip? Is that why he's choking on his own throat? What just happened?
He does another one later that's in this.
Why?
So
Why do you make us watch these things?
here's a little more karaoke. Dude, I see an Eric July thumbnail on the right that I didn't notice. It's like in the middle. It's one of Eric July's songs. You see him? He's wearing like a pink hoodie or something.
Was never true. Aw, and you have brought me happiness. I treasure the day when we first met. Yeah, never ever gonna let you go because I love you so.
His falsetto is on point, Tubes.
Nice.
You're my dream girl. Oh yeah, sit on my face, girl.
Oh, here it is. Here
No,
it is.
Please.
Here it is.
No. The power of Isom protects me.
What?
Well, I don't know what this is. Is he like?
I think he was trying to climb his way out of a sewer drain so he could lick some woman walking above it.
Oh, yeah.
He's getting turned on. He's like, ooh, yeah.
Let me see.
I think the spank would be like. What
the fuck?
Is he hammering his own shoulder to show how he spank a girl?
I think he's hitting his other hand, and at the end, he looks like he hurt his hand because he's like, oh. You'll see.
And then your ass would be red.
Watch. He's like going like this, like that hurt.
And then your ass will be red.
Yeah.
Fly here, but I be asking. They say they love my ass in 7 jeans, true religion. I say no, but they keep giving, so I keep on taking. And oh, I ain't taking. We can't keep on dating. I keep on demonstrating my love, my love, my love, my love. You love my lady lumps. My hump, my hump, my hump, my humps. They got you. Hell romancing.
Oh, now he's doing Baby Got Back here.
She's wet and you get wet. Got it. Got like Turbo Vet. I'm tired of magazines saying flat butts are the thing. Take the average black man and answer that. She gotta punch that butt.
She gotta punch that butt.
Fellas,
She gotta punch that butt.
Yeah, my girlfriend got the butt. Shake it, shake it, shake it. You do when you're going down on me, in between the sheets, with all the sounds you make, with every breath you take. It's unlike anything when you're loving me.
So much like Chris Chan, I just can't separate the two in my mind.
See, I can see why that woman clips all these clips of him. She's in love. She wants to get that butt punched.
Welcome in, Poop.
It's Poop Donkey.
Welcome in, Poop.
It's Poop Donkey.
Yeah, love, love, love. Welcome in, Poop.
Welcome in, Brittany.
Brittany. That's
the fam right there.
Yep.
Poop Donkey got banned, though.
Look at
Right?
this.
Did he ever come back?
Look at this.
And like this. This will be so embarrassing to do that.
Look at that apron gut.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Poop Donkey is back. I saw him in his chat recently. So
Like each time I'm with you, I lose my mind.
he's doing some 41 here.
But I'm bending over backwards to relate. It's one thing to complain when you're driving me insane. When I think it's time that we took a break.
Yeah, I don't think he has.
His cover band is some 41-year-old stay-at-home libertarian.
Rebecca Stewart's a lot. Oh, I hit my
And then he elbows one of his Power Rangers action figures.
Light.
It's the Blue Ranger right there.
Nice, Billy. Oh, Vickerfly's in the chat. Vickerfly is one of Renowned Zero's real fans.
You're a real fan of mine.
I hit my light and I hit my figure. You could, of course, you gotta use the.
Here's some more fingering.
You kind of do this.
Oh my God.
Ladies in the chat, tell us, is this a technique that would work, do you think?
Oh, just women are gross. It would work on some of them. Women can be so pathetic.
Do you think this would work for you?
It definitely ain't working on
Just
Jane
saying.
Fonda.
No, don't.
I like how he said Jane Fonda's irrelevant, but actually sung a song referencing her.
Yes, it's funny.
It's embarrassing.
Jane Fonda ain't got none unless you got buns, hon.
Why? Hey, do I have to make the titties bigger? Hold on.
Does that count as a boob enlargement if you enlarge the entire picture?
No, I don't think so.
Does that work, Delight?
Is he,
It's an
is he just
expression,
putting
like,
up
what that
pictures
mouth
for the
do.
person
Well,
to fap to?
I don't know.
Is this
Those
next
fingers-
level e-girl where you're like, oh, if you want to fap, I know I'm not pretty, but I can show you this anime waifu.
Okay,
Yours
so
do?
so
Oh,
here's
okay,
your
I got
waifu. Now, here's what you gotta do in order to get in there.
The fingers can do a lot of things.
Oh God, he's actually doing it.
Fingers can do a lot of things, okay? I misbehave. It's just a.
I love how he nonchalantly shows his audience of 4 how to do a sex. No, like, I'll show you. I happen to know how to do a sex. I'll teach the 3 or 4 of you that are here how to do a sex.
Makes me feel this way.
Dr.
Trigger
Ruth
those
over here.
reports. Come here, girl. Go ahead, we go. When it comes to the back, go ahead, we go with VIP.
He's so good at being off time. It's kind of unbelievable.
Go ahead,
Because his brain can't read and recite as quick as the average brain.
That character that he blew up on the screen is not 18.
Go with it, too.
Oh,
go ahead.
it's a cartoon.
We go with it, twerking with.
He told me he
Go
was
ahead,
jerking
we
off to Stewie on his shirt. I'd be like, whatever, it's a cartoon.
Go to those hips. Go ahead, we go. They make me smile. Go ahead, we go. Go ahead, child. Go ahead, we go.
Oh, okay.
What are these?
So I'll pull them up because I have them where I can like zoom in on them and we can read them. But this is where he leaked his own DM history. And here he is.
Leaked his DMs and has leaky BMs.
Oh, whoops. There we go. I could never miss your first Jackbox stream. Oh, thank you, Bert. I'm feeling like shit right now. So
What if he has COVID or something here? I can see Brittany Karina in the chat right now.
In our chat?
No. In his chat that's
damn.
on screen.
we're gonna see how this
I
goes.
thought Bert
and
was
see
coming
if
to
they
watch
come-
us.
This is why when you stream, you should have at least one other monitor.
It's a regular thing. I'm hoping it becomes a regular thing. I was gonna do it on Sundays, like I said.
All right, so that's that for the clips. Here is him. This is a screenshot from his own Discord.
I read the first line and I'm already.
You can also
just
see
out.
all the servers that like who's in his DMs too. Like Jesus was a hipster is someone he's been DMing. Here's Poop Donkey. I'm just looking up and down.
Poop.
But Brittany Karina, that's his main squeeze, I guess.
That's his baby.
Yeah.
She says,
yeah.
At him to feel you humping my booty. He says, I do it every day to you, Brittany. And she says, I do so much to make you happy every day. Every day. Renown Zero says, like what and why? Because you feel like I'm the best choice and you wouldn't want to lose it?
Oh my
God. You know what you really want to ask a girl when she's talking about making you happy every day? You want to be like, oh, because you feel like I'm the best choice? Am I the best choice? Am I a good boy? Am I the number one doggy? Do you want to pet me? Fucking pathetic, dude. And I care about you, and it would make me happy to make you happy. Oh, you're too cute. No, you. You're beautiful. No, you. And then I guess he's doing the emotion for bear, emotion for cuddle.
Yes.
Hope you have a wonderful sleep, baller. And she wakes up and says, hey, hope you are doing well. And he says, hell yeah. Just visited Miller's Ale House and got a ribeye.
This is
served
so
to me by a
cringe.
Beautiful blonde.
This is so cringy what he says here.
And then after he mentions the beautiful blonde that had to bring him a steak for her job, replies with, wish you were the beautiful blonde serving me a ribeye. And then hour plus goes by. Hour plus. I hope that didn't upset you. How did the appointment go, Brittany? And then almost 2 hours goes by, or whatever, hour and a half goes by. I want to fuck the shit out of you while we play Jackbox.
What a romantic guy.
Go ahead and do some Jackbox and back shots.
God.
And then Brittany says, just got home, gonna hop in. Hour later. Damn.
Yeah, so
he was
yeah.
He was sweeting around. He got the no-show on that, and then she comes back, says, gonna hop in on some Jackbox. I want to fuck the shit out of you while we play Jackbox. I just had a beautiful blonde forced to serve me a steak that I under-tipped her for. I wish I was under-tipping you.
I have no words.
As a libertarian, I don't think we should be tipping waitresses, no matter how blonde they are. If you want my money, you better work for me, Get a job. That's the libertarian way. We don't tip, we hire. We're out here giving jobs.
Here's one last thing from Sturgis. It's him reacting to when mint salad was on our show.
Oh.
I'm gonna skip
Is he
that.
like the
We'll do
booba? Does he mention? Oh, she wasn't having the booba out that episode.
No.
She had the Clipaverse. Internet.
Oh, he's really mad about the Clipaverse stuff.
It's gotta be true.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything I say.
So
Goldie Farm wants to know what's the Clipaverse, and I think that's a good question. A lot of our fans are familiar with the Ripaverse, Eric D. July's comic book universe that consists of currently one comic book.
It currently consists of 2 comic books. Actually,
He means 2 issues, right? Is he saying like 2 issues?
He
of
means 2 issues, but I meant one comic book because I didn't know 2 had started shipping it.
Yeah, it's out there.
if you want to include Yaira and Alpha Core #1s, it technically consists of 4 comic books.
But those aren't out yet, Papa.
But remember, we're dealing with stupid people.
It consists more of a warehouse than anything else.
The universe.
Well, the Clipaverse is
it's actually kind of
instead-
cool when you have exactly as many warehouses as you have issues of comic books released. That was cool.
Clipaverse, right? Clipaverse.
She seems to be on some type of drugs.
They all say that. The amount of just like random assumptions is unbelievable. They have to do that because there's nothing in the basis of reality that they can go to. So he has to be like, oh, she's high on something.
She's just a woman. That's how women think.
Clippers. Shave Eric July. Riley's bit right. That got him off of Twitter.
That's not right.
Yeah,
let's.
And we had merch, right? I handcrafted this logo.
You did not handcraft anything. You literally took Ripa's logo, you erased the R and put a C and an L. That's not being creative. That's
Do you not see the clippers? The clippers that are there?
Yeah, and
those are clippers.
He mentions that, but there's so much stuff that you can look at and ice them and be like, oh, Eric July got that from here. You know, there's so much of it. It's even in the new Isom comic, there's a character that very much resembles Pitt, which was one of the first Image Comics characters. Like he's like a big monster-looking character. I'm not sure what he's called in the Ripaverse comic, but they look very similar.
Stealing. And
It's
you
called
added
Brad.
2 razors. That's not creating anything new. You literally stole this man's logo and added
It's called
2
parody.
letters.
It's actually parody.
That's not
This is
creating
exactly
anything.
parody.
That is.
For those that don't know, parody is when you copy something for a comedic or a added effect. When you mirror something with a change that changes it for political comedy, any sort of reason that makes it effectively a variation or a commentary of the original piece.
Made it with love. Hand drew it myself. Okay. So
You didn't hand draw anything. You didn't hand.
You don't
draw
know that.
anything.
it is
Just because she didn't show us how she hand drew it like this doesn't mean she didn't hand draw it, Papa.
I find it criminal that he DMCA'd the website, took down all the Clipaverse merch, and actually nobody bought it except for us, just to confirm.
Yes, because no one cared. They would rather buy official merch.
I mean, somebody cared enough to DMCA it.
Yeah, somebody definitely cared. Puss over there cared.
Than terrible merch that is literally trying to copy Ripaverse.
So are you saying it's terrible because it's copying other terrible merch? I mean, like...
Oh,
to be honest, it did kind of...
And Eric July or his people did
It
this
did kind of copy the entire Clipaverse. It was only 2 comic books short of actually copying the entire Clipaverse.
Right?
Beyond the logo,
yes,
that's all they got.
Alex J. Miller, specifically, is his financial advisor.
Wow.
What a prick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and since we're on the subject, I do want to talk about Sturgis for a minute here.
And he's like, nope. He's like, nope, time to go to the next thing.
Young puss. Oop, I gotta get away from this. No. Don't look him in the eye. If you don't look him in the eye, he can't get you. It's the boogeyman. No.
Yeah, so everyone, please like the stream, and this is the moment where I'm going to remind everyone, please check out the audio version of the show. We put extra content on there for free, and all you have to do is either find your favorite podcast audio platform, or you can visit the link that it's down in the description, but I'm actually going to post it in the chat right now too. If you want to check it out, we do a pre-show before almost every episode. We recorded one before this episode, which means a new one will be available sometime later tonight after this stream ends. Go there, check it out, binge watch them, let them play in the background. Do that as much as you can because it supports the show. The numbers are going up. We're getting new advertising offers because of it. It helps us out, and it costs you nothing. So please consider doing that and follow that link in the description right there. We talked about some fun stuff with Vito for 15 minutes before the last episode. And we hung out with Magicus and talked about some interesting stuff before this episode. Yeah. So check it out. We're going to move on to Luke. Luke, I think he calls himself Luke the Duke. But I choose to refer to him. You know how we gave Sturgis the nick? Well, I didn't give it to him, but Hannibal gave Sturgis the nickname Sturgis. I'm gonna call this guy Luke. He looks like a Kendall to me. I'm gonna refer to him as Kendall from now on. I don't. No one else has to do it, but that's my nickname for him now. Going forward. So this was a special stream he premiered tonight. He put pictures of me, Billy, and Vito on one side, and then on the other side he put Chris Hansen on it for some reason. By the way, Kendall is a Michigani, and I noticed that on his YouTube channel, some of his special emojis for members on his channel were University of Michigan logos. So he's totally on my shit list now. Like before it was fun, now the gloves are off, Kendall. And while he was doing this, there were more people from our fan base watching the premiere of this video we're about to play than people that were there for him. But his father was there defending him the whole time, trying to challenge people to fights.
Yeah, that was not a sweet boy.
So I was like, meet me in Toledo on Thursday at 7 p.m. Government Center. So,
have you ever met somebody at Government Center for a fight before?
Yeah, I showed up and brought a Louisville Slugger, and they didn't show.
How long of a bus ride did you have to take there?
About 2 or 3 hours each way. All right, here it is.
Holler if you hear me, and welcome to this little special video I am doing. I know that on my stream last night I was promising that I would go up with my regularly scheduled little comic book review, but something came along thanks to the likes of one visitor to the channel last night, Gladiator, who made a statement that the Drunken Peasants had challenged me. Well, then again, remember, for anybody to have actually challenged anyone else, that would require that there's any kind of real sense of exertion in any kind of physical or mental challenge. And the Drunken Peasants and all their guests do not have at least 2 brain cells to rub together, and they do not have 2 little nano angstroms of athletic ability to put together. So saying that they did anything to really challenge me is really, really factually incorrect.
Did we say anything about athletic ability? Were we like, oh, we challenge you to the 50-meter dash and the shot put throw? Like,
I think it's pretty obvious. The guy that told him about it, who's in our chat right now, his name is Gladiator.
Yeah.
He obviously told him that, and he coming from a gladiator, thought it was a challenge, like an American Gladiator or worse.
Is he laser?
Is that how?
Yes.
Is that how Eric July is gonna measure if people can criticize him, or is he gonna set up like an American Gladiator style contest?
We're gonna have to do Drunken Gladiator.
That sounds fun as fuck.
Kendall, I will take you on in the joust if you're man enough.
Any day of the week, bud.
Final countdown.
Drunken Peasants are used to being factually incorrect because they have a bunch of insufferable diatribes and dogma and a bunch of bells and whistles and buzzwords to distract from their lack of...
Like Glanderson Booper?
Talent or original thought. These are people that prove that when it comes to the term NPC, well, NPCs can come to life and become so improbably fat that you're wondering when exactly is their mother going to show up on frame with the defibrillator.
Ben, I'm gonna show up with the defibrillator right now. You better get ready. Hold on, Mom. I'm doing a stream right now. No, Ben, I gotta defibrillate you right now. You might be having a heart attack soon. Mom, I'm doing a stream.
These three jackasses last night, including, yes, you know, the two men, one of them who calls himself Billy the Fridge, where I really think that, if anything, the family of the great NFL player, Super Bowl winner, William the Refrigerator Perry, should take that revolting fat ass.
Petition. Change.org petition for Billy the Fridge to change his name and get William the Refrigerator Perry on board with it.
One day on Twitter, Jerry Rice followed me, and I was like, why the fuck is Jerry Rice following me? And then I think he figured out I wasn't William Perry, and then he unfollowed me.
Yeah, that's funny.
To court for wrongfully using the nickname, because you can go and look at William Perry and say, oh, their sizes are comparable, but Refrigerator Perry was the kind of guy who actually was a real honest-to-God athlete. He was the kind of guy that delusional fat positivity activists think they can do, where I'm fat, but I can still be in shape, and I can swim this much or run these marathons.
I'm William the Refrigerator Perry at every size.
When, no, you can't. The only way you run is if somebody threw a Twinkie off a ledge. And that goes for both Billy the Fridge and the other little idiot right there.
The other one?
What was his name?
The
Ben.
other one.
Yeah, we look at these three who were looking down at me and actually had the balls to criticize my artwork.
How come I'm the only one that gets called out by name? I don't even go to their sites. I don't care. Ben, you have to get better at them knowing this is your doing. I don't care about
this.
These
Isn't
guys.
my doing.
You've done this all, Ben.
This isn't my
I'm
doing.
getting the blame. I'm holding your bag once again, just like when you were saying those racist things with Sam Pepper and Ice Poseidon.
I didn't say that.
Hill.
When none of them could draw water, I'd love for all three of them to go against me and we recreate how Margaret Keane proved in court that she was the one that really painted all the famous Big Eyes paintings.
Is that Brett's sister?
No.
Simply in an hour in front of the judge and the jury, the two of them went and painted, and little old Margaret came out with a nice little shiny new Big Eyes portrait, proving it was all her work. And we'll do it and make sure that they have actual physical artwork materials with them. I mean,
oh yeah, he's mad that we said his artwork sucks. Which, by the way, I'll pull it up so we can see it. I never claimed to be a good artist, but I'm not selling art on the internet. You are, and your art sucks. It looks like Chris Chan. It's like levels of Chris Chan art.
Actual paper, actual pens, pencils, whatever kind of.
So no, I'm not going to take you on in an art competition because I don't claim to be an artist.
Because
I will claim to be a better artist than him because I got commissioned to do artwork and paid for it when I wasn't even offering to do that kind of work. So that.
Well, there you go, Magicus. Yeah. Nice humble brag.
Yeah, I'm a better artist.
Of you to compare your artistic skills to Luke Guywatcher over here.
No, it's Kendall.
Inbred speds who are of the generation that thinks that waving a plastic pen over a glorified iPad or some other knockoff tablet.
Okay, so he says something we're from the generation that thinks, like, what generation does he think we're from?
Well, I think he's obviously trying to say his crayon drawings are more impressive than people who use their
digital
Wacom tablets.
They're totally different skill sets. I don't know what his point is.
But somehow constitute artwork. But then again, these are the kind of people like Vito Gesualdi who happen to be the bottom rung of the Jabba the Hutt impersonators that were there putting me down when these people obviously have never looked into a mirror. But then again, remember, when you have people this repulsively obese, I'm pretty sure that it's become a situation where they can't even have mirrors in the bathrooms of their house because all three of them look like they would see Brendan Fraser's Oscar-winning performance in The Whale and absolutely positively break down down in tears and how much they can relate to the story.
Every time I walk by my mirror, I try and give it $14.50 for a matinee ticket. That's true. I do see the whale, Brendan Fraser's The Whale, in my mirror, but I've paid like 1,000 times to see it. It's okay. No copyright lawsuit here, please.
Like emo, intellectually pretentious, art school sad boys watching Edward Scissorhands, because my God, these are the kind of people who can't function without everything validating themselves. These are the kind of people who...
I like his rants because as he's ranting, he like, it doesn't really hit us very much at all. Like he calls us fat and everything, like every other chunderhead does. That's one thing. But then he gets these more like pointed things, and these are just things in his mind that miff him. These are his myths.
Yeah.
Like Edward Scissorhands had art school, these Wacom tablet. It's like all these things that he feels like are opposition to his true art, his true artistry. He just slides these in because he's a little fucking wiener. It's cute though.
Yeah,
it says a lot about him.
Like he's definitely reading this off of his phone right now, right?
I don't know. I think these are just the things that are constantly living in his head rent free. He's just like he's walking around the inside of his brain, looking in the living room of his brain and seeing all the little tchotchkes he's picked up that bother him that he can't clear out of his fucking peanut brain.
I don't feel like this is off the dome. I feel like this is a written.
Yeah, because you don't have enough stuff in your head that bothers you. Most stuff in your head is like, ooh, My Little Pony, Magic the Gathering. You're a happy person. I'm the same way. In my head, it's like, oh, picking on idiots. Oh, kicking women in the cunt. That's just things in our head is things we love. Their head, the entire Ripaverse fandom, in their head is only things they hate. They got together because they hated the way Marvel Comics became, and now they complain about us hating on their little fucking hate party. It's not a comic book company. It's a hate party that they happen to buy into.
That's not fair. I hate on Magic like all the time, all right?
But you still buy it, you dork.
It would be like if someone made like an anti-Magic playing card game and you bought into that because it was like because Magic got too woke or something like that.
Some days I think about it.
Oh my god!
Yeah, of course you think about it, you weenie. You love it. You wear a Magic card on your neck.
It was a Black Lotus, so yeah, it was pretty good.
So what? Did you wear it on your neck?
Like emo, intellectually pretentious, art school sad boys watching Edward Scissorhands, because my God, these are the kind of people who can't function without everything validating themselves. These are the kind of people who actually had the gall to go and say, and also the few people that show up in their streams that actually are possibly functioning people, actual human beings that supposedly have lives, supposedly have jobs, when more often than not, they're the kind of people that absolutely positively have nothing really to live for. That's why you should really go not just compare artistic skills, but also compare audiences. Talk about quality over quantity.
Just putting this out there, Kendall here thinks that all you people out there that enjoy the DP podcast are a low quality audience. He might have a smaller audience, but his is so much higher quality. That's the point he's making here. Just throwing that out there. Kendall is a pretentious prick with a bad haircut. And his shirt looks like he works at it's a uniform shirt from Wendy's or something, right? It's not, no, it looks like, you know what? Because I in my younger years, I did work in fast food, and it does look like a fast food restaurant employee shirt, uniform shirt.
They also had the balls to go and
I think it's like Tommy Hilfiger or something.
Belittle me networking on streams, because yes, that's what happens when you are somebody who has a YouTube channel and you don't have all the correct political statements to make.
These dweebs see Billy and a couple of videos with other fat guys and assume that everyone is fat. This guy does give me some tard vibes. Legitimate mental tard type vibes.
The worst part about it is he sees Billy and he sees the most talented, intelligent member of our entire group, and he thinks because I'm fat that makes him better than me. I'm literally better than everybody. This pisses me off.
I think the worst thing is he keeps giving Ben like a free fat pass, and it's like you gotta fucking work up to that shit. You don't just get to be a fat, all right? Like, you have to actually try, and I don't think Ben deserves to be a fat. He's not.
No,
he's not
and actually, I I dropped under 200 recently because I've been fasting every other day. So I'm almost like, if you look at my BMI, I'm almost out of. Well, I am now, yeah, out of like the technical obese range now.
Yeah, his provisional membership is about to get revoked.
Yeah.
Subscribers, paging Vito's unearned subscriber base, even though the man has all the talent of a wet fart coming from the ass juice of somebody that used to work with Angry Video Game Nerd. Yeah, it's a little weird, a little hypocritical, especially in Vito's case, for him to go and be involved in this stream that is shit-talking me, networking to go and connect with people to grow my channel, when what exactly was it that you were lending to that?
Yeah, but your channel sucks. He's about to be like, oh, you were on with Tony from Hack the Movies. Yes, good channel.
That buddy of yours, Tony from Hack the Movies, by appearing in a couple of his videos, for a guy who, for all the years he spent on camera right next to the Angry Video Game Nerd, hoping it would boost up his channel, and still, this is a guy who would be...
I mean, he didn't just do that because he was hoping it would boost his channel. He was getting paid to work for Angry Video Game Nerd and Cinemassacre and all that. It wasn't just a collab to maybe hopefully boost his channel someday. That's just a residual.
Grateful, who is grateful for a sixth of the subscriber base of a former channel, awesome, bottom rung channel, awesome contributor, all Brandon Tennell of Brandon's Cult Movie Reviews. So that's a little matter of pot meeting kettle. These guys actually also had the balls to say any of these things and talk about autism, when if you want to see true autism, look at these three jackasses who cannot absolutely positively function.
No. Kendall projecting, projecting onto us.
He's using the rubber versus glue method,
I know
Ben.
you are, but what am I?
It's bouncing off of him and sticking to us.
Oh no!
Wait, no.
How do I get this tism off of me?
No, I got this. Here we go. I got a magic force field. Now it's going to bounce back to him.
You're so good to us, Magicus. Thank you.
I am. We're safe.
I think I want to start calling him Luke Eye Drifter.
Without the use of Twitter.
He's got like a slight cockeye that's bothering me.
The psychotic breakdowns they have, exactly like Rain Man when Tom Cruise is trying to get him to go on a plane, or dropping a picture in a tub of hot water on November 4th, 2016, or on any other date since November 4th, 2016.
Wolford says again with using cuties against Vito. Yeah, don't you know the new hotness? He knows all about Alan Moore's underage comic book series starring Wendy and Dorothy from Wizard of Oz.
Because we had Vito on our show in the chat room while this was premiering, he was likening that to us, saying we should watch Cuties some more. I don't know, like why is he promoting Cuties?
Where they did not.
Do we need to watch it some more? We've already watched it 19 times.
I've never seen it.
We're running out of
and
lubricant.
Get the kind of proper validation of their disgusting little political statements. Okay, these are the kind of people who absolutely positively cannot function without constantly being told how important and special they are, and having those same statements, those same aphorisms and attitudes repeated to them back and forth, because then if they don't, they do what good old Dustin Hoffman and Rain Man did, and to calm themselves down, they have to go walk in circles repeating the little Who's on First routine. And these guys want to say, or any of their idiotic audience wants to say, that they can actually stand on solid grounds to call me autistic or question my appearance. Yeah, because I know that throughout history, not freebasing cookie dough, being clean shaven, and having a nice little comb like this, and also not getting.
Yes, it does look like a fast food worker uniform shirt.
I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy. My daddy is so proud of me. I am a good boy. I'm a happy good boy. Daddy is so proud of me.
All of my wardrobe, from the graphic tee racks over at Walmart and all the sweatpants that they serve. I'm pretty sure that,
yes,
yeah,
I have the 80s color block Hilfiger. I'm wearing the 80s color block Hilfiger. I don't wear graphic tees. Ha ha ha. My daddy is so proud of me. Me and my father go fishing. We don't catch anything. We just talk to each other about Christ. It's lovely.
Having a parents like this, yeah, these are the kind of guys that absolutely positively never got laid. Coming from these three guys who look like
Owned
they
again.
answer the question, what would it be like if Gabriel Iglesias, the comedian, cloned 3 white versions of himself and then gave them a podcast? These are the kind of guys who look
funny.
like...
That's good. That was really well done.
To be honest. So.
Did he call Gabriel Iglesias Gabrielle Iglesias? Did he?
Yeah.
He gave him like the feminine equivalent of his name.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That all they can ever possibly do is sit and hope and wish and pray that eventually they will announce that the Blob is going to be featured in the MCU reboot of.
Hey, Billy did say he was going to audition for that.
I want to play the Blob.
Nothing.
I want to
moves
play
him.
the Blob. I want to play the Blob.
You know what? His catchphrase back in the day was always "Nothing moves the Blob," and I was always like, well, what if he gets moved, but it's in his heart for the first time? The Blob gets moved emotionally, and then he's like, I can be moved. I can be moved. The Blob was moved.
And then it was Jean Grey who did it. So now that she's in his heart, she makes his heart explode.
Yep.
X-Men, so they could go and all audition for that part. You got the first guy on top in that stream who looks like, what would happen if the Culture Casino had a shithead stepson that he...
I don't know who that is. Does anyone know who Culture Casino? He's using obscure references for me.
He looks like the Look
That's
What I Can Do
cool and hip.
character from Mad TV, but with infinite lungs and bottomless IQ.
Look what I can do. Look what I can do. I can make cartoons like Christian. Look what I can do.
He rightfully disowned upon first sight. The second, well, is a guy who, for all of his shit-talking, whatever talent I have, and my appearance, and what I do to get my channel to grow, looks like the kind of guy who probably is shamed of how much he looks like Iron Liz. The closest thing to a celebrity resemblance you have is to the tranny ex-girlfriend of good old Lenkara, the self-proclaimed nasty cockslut. So you got a lot of personal issues here.
I don't know what he's talking about. Like, my celebrity lookalike is if Jay ate Silent Bob. I've gotten it 1,000 times.
Projecting on this face
I'm
right here, ladies
obviously
and gentlemen.
Louis C.K., so, you know.
And Vito Gasvaldi, well,
You're Louis CP.
Just a little simple statement of, yeah, you think that good old-fashioned Cuties fans, well, no wonder you would go and defend those type of people because you look like Movie Bob with a hat. So no wonder you speak some personal kinship with them.
I love his obscure YouTube references. He's like, fucking owned them. I got a Blinkara and a Movie Bob reference in. I fucking owned them.
Without being so obvious that you're projecting, and that if I checked your hard drive, let's just say that you better not be within any vicinity of Cain Velasquez on the day after he cleaned his gun. Let's hope that you...
Cain Velasquez, the MMA fighter, right? Isn't Cain Velasquez an MMA fighter?
The day after he cleaned his gun?
I don't get the reference.
What does this have to do with my hard drive again?
You never go and...
I don't know. You better throw that sumbitch in a lake, Magicus.
Let's say, having some mostly peaceful fun setting fires in a neighborhood where Kyle Rittenhouse is locked and loaded, okay, babe? You're the kind of guy who, for all of your projections and proclamations about Eric July being such a terrible person and he's such a scam artist, why is it then that if you have all these subscribers, you have all this following, why don't you go and plop down your own money to make your own god-awful comic book?
Is he talking to Vito? Because Vito literally did that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Do we all have to do it?
Yeah, dude, I was arguing with ISOM fans, and they basically told me, well, why don't you make a better comic book? It's like the only way you can criticize a comic book is if you can make a better one. It's
The
such...
last time I made a comic book was when I was in, like, middle school. So
Well, that's like saying you have to make a movie to criticize a movie, or you have to be like a pro athlete to criticize a pro athlete. That's just fallacious reasoning. And they criticize comics and movies themselves because they think they're too woke, and none of them have their own comics and movies, so they don't even follow their own rules.
I was making a Ripaverse comic book before I had my heart failure. It was great.
Really?
Yeah, I had somebody drawing it for me, but I went to the hospital and we only got like 4 pages done.
Ah.
And then it's been sitting on the sideline ever since.
It's going to look 5 times as shitty as that Steven Universe-looking bit of fan art you have as your avatar for all your social media right there. Why don't you do that, Eric?
So he is talking to Vito, and he's like, why don't you make a comic book? Vito, I did make a comic book.
Here's a guy who, well, no wonder you are afraid to go and attack him directly or consistently attack him directly.
No, I have multiple times tweeted at Eric July, and he has never once responded. I have tweeted the snarkiest shit you can ever imagine at him.
Chased down a guy who was toting his kid down road and shoot at him in a moving vehicle. He almost got a hold of him until the cops arrested him.
Oh, damn.
As you know,
well, there you go.
That's a scary guy to have chasing you.
He's the man who lives to monetize his haters, and he will go and spit roast your ass.
He lives to monetize his haters.
No.
And he will spit roast your ass, Ben.
He monetizes the people he knows don't really have it together to argue with him.
He also monetizes those type of people as fans, as we can see by every fan making videos supporting him.
Yep.
Eric July's audience is 100% low IQ people.
Pretty close. I mean, I did have some hope today with what's his name that I showed earlier, that he was at least like, yeah, you know, you got to admit this stuff is funny, and maybe you should have some sort of ability to laugh at yourself. Like, this guy was like the glimmer of hope that maybe Ripaverse fans aren't all like this, and they're like, they can be like, well, I like this, you might not like it, that's fine, because the rest of them, they just attack, and they can never explain why they like it.
Yeah, when I was saying his audience was all literal low IQ R words, I was joking, but now you make me feel bad. Like I seriously was lumping Jay in there.
Yeah.
Jay, if you're watching, you're a sweet boy. Ben just took that out of context. It was a joke, Jay. Don't let Ben put that on you. You're a sweet boy. I'm sorry.
In a porno that was filmed when all three of you finally get put in jail, when all that cuties fan fiction gets found on your hard drive.
I don't think fan fiction is illegal anyway, so I don't.
I like how cuties would need fan fiction.
Yeah, well, I had no idea such a thing existed. Is this like a self-report or something?
I don't think I wanted to know that it existed.
Well, that suggests that pedos watch cuties not for the 12-year-olds in leotards, but because they like the story and want to hypersexualize fan fiction around it.
Yeah, there is definitely erotic fan fiction, but I had no idea this
but not
genre.
Of cuties.
Yeah, I had no idea. So he's telling.
He just gives you the leotards. I don't know why someone cared enough about the story to make more of it.
Kendall, why?
I'm pretty sure it stops at the 12-year-olds and leotards for the sickos. If there's any sicko out there that actually wants more of the story in cuties, you're a problem, and we need to stop.
I can't believe we're still talking about cuties when it came out like 4 years ago or something. It keeps getting brought up. Like I've forgotten about it until people like this bring it up. It's not something I spend a lot of time thinking about.
It is it's the new creative way to call somebody a PDF file.
Right.
Yeah, too bad that the three of you, for all of your talk about how I'm somebody who's worthy of cringe, talk about weapons-grade projection. I've stated before that it's weapons-grade projection when any one of these kind of speds on the internet wants to go and criticize anybody that is in any kind of spectrum of content creation that they don't like, when they go and bash...
that spectrum? We're talking about the spectrum of content creation, and not the other spectrum.
Nope.
Beekler of Nerdrotic, when they go and look at a Heels v Babyface, when they go and look at a Razor Fist,
Razor Fist, huh? Yeah, look up the Kyle Kalinske versus Razor Fist debate. That's you know what? Mention it to Razor Fist on Twitter, and you'll get blocked.
Ooh.
I can't imagine why they would absolutely positively hate and fear a guy who looks like Spoonie if he always cosplayed as Marion Cobretti, who is both proudly a man who exercises his Second Amendment rights and absolutely positively despises anybody who looks at what Roman Polanski did to that girl and thinks, oh, if only I could aspire to have that kind of...
He's completely like out of the circle references, like so like obscure. They're so obscure. They're so obscure. Nobody gets them but him. But he says them like he is just owning.
This is just when Tannis Half Elven and Tika met at the end of the last home in Dragons of Autumn Twilight.
Is this like a Family Guy sketch or some shit? Like, what the fuck?
Of activity in my life. These are the kind of people who always want to go and criticize and say that their enemies or their imaginary enemies are just spouting talking points. These are the kind of people who want to take one good long look at what I would do or anybody like me would do or say. And trust me. The reason why they would go after somebody who does not spend a penny on Eric July's work, but is certainly supporting the success that he is having and the way he produces his work, well, that's because they can't attack anybody like that directly because they know they're just going to get smashed along. And probably knowing Eric July, the best evisceration that they can get from him, they're only worthy of maybe one good tweet to swat their fat asses down in their place. These are the three kind of guys who I'm pretty sure...
You're welcome to try. Actually, you're welcome to come on the stream and we can have it out.
Yeah. Will one of you please stand up? Sturgis won't even watch clips of us talking about him. Eric July, obviously, he has no reason to talk to us. It would just make him look like a buffoon.
Well, he's still setting up the fucking wipeout course so that he can like evaluate who's allowed to talk to him.
He should do the same for his, if you're allowed to buy his comic book. Like if you can't pass the course, you can't buy the comic book either.
Or you can't draw the thing if you're not thin. You hired a fat to draw it. You can't use fat labor. There's fat blood, sweat, and tears in your comic book, dude. The fats have done more work on it than you have.
That they just simply don't like anybody in general who doesn't live their life freebasing cooking dough and masturbating to anime when they're tired of beating it raw to cuties. So absolutely positively, it's no wonder that these three kind of people don't ever want what their heights are to ever be visible online.
You know what? Honestly, I can't, and I know like a lot of people disagree. I can't jerk it to anime or anything animated. I'm just not into that stuff. I think that's some weird projection on his part. And then, of course, he has to bring up cuties again. But yeah, I don't like I never look at like a drawing and I'm like, that's hot. Like that's just, I like actual photos of actual human beings. Not
call me the tear jerker because I like to jerk it to women crying.
I see.
Because whatever these three men, whatever their heights are, I like to know so then I can say, 5'7", 5'8", 5'10". I didn't know they stacked shit that high.
I'm pretty sure Eric July is 5'8". So just saying.
Hey, I'm seriously taller than Eric July? I
Probably.
thought he was like way bigger.
He might be a little taller than that.
I mean, there's a picture of him next to Gina Carano, who's verified 5'8", and he's about the same height as her. So
holy fuck.
And Gina, like when you're a pro fighter, your height is documented and like officially. So we know how tall. There's a picture of Eric July next to Kyle Rittenhouse, and they're about the same height. So
maybe those were all just him having a bad spine day.
Oh yeah,
that's possible.
That's not my opinion. I know I'm right. So I thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Check that you're still subscribed if you're returning. I want to thank Gladiator for bringing this up so I can get this.
Oh, Gladiator! Hey,
this, out there.
Yeah, Gladiator got the shout out in the beginning too. Ben, have you ever seen the early '90s movie Clifford starring Martin Short?
No, but I want to finish this up. Or what is this in reference to this, or is it? Something?
Yeah.
Okay. What?
Yeah, I don't know if you could pull up the trailer or not. But this guy looks like Martin Short's character in Clifford so hardcore.
I'll take a look.
It's so funny.
I'll take a look. But yeah, Gladiator's obviously like a shit-stirring troll. He was doing it like over the top in our chat.
Don't forget that if you want to support the channel,
he's killing it. Thank you, Gladiator.
The first link, or shop my art store at the second link, where you'll see that I have poster art for $200, color art for $30, pen and ink art for $25, sketchbooks for $25, and trading cards for only $10. You can also commission me for $60 in color work. Pen and ink commissions are $50, and trading card commissions are only $20. Whatever you purchase or commission just has a $5 shipping handling fee attached, or you can donate in my store directly. Donations are the first thing you see in the store, and when you drop those donos, that money goes immediately
Kendall
to me.
put his money where his bitch-made mouth is.
Yeah,
Kendall. Discussion.
If you want to buy my work,
we'll either have to
outside of
publicly
the USA,
decline it, therefore showing his true colors, or ignore you, proving that a total bitch he is. Do it on Twitter and here. You know, Gladiator, if you're still watching, tell him that we want to have him on the show. Tell him that we will, if I have to do an art drawing live on the show, I'll do it.
Do not forget that what you want to do is to donate, because my store can't accept orders from foreign addresses. Just add up what you want.
I want to see if he does his normal outro.
$US with another $25 US for the international shipping and handling fee. And
we're going to look at his artwork after this, and then we'll watch the Clifford trailer.
Items will ship immediately. So I thank you for watching. Remember, they don't trust the judgment of people who glorify alcohol abuse and morbid obesity in their channel by actually putting drunken in their name.
I mean, a lot of these guys are fans of a guy named Critical Drinker, so I think he talks about alcohol use, right? Or does he mean he's the critical drinker of water?
It's true that they're peasants because, well, Luke the Duke right here sees these peasants and will just simply tell them they're not worthy to even smell my shit, let alone eat it, because it'd be better for them than the po' boys, ring dings, ding dongs, and Twinkies that they live on in their 17 meals
po'
a day.
boys are
All right.
po' boys.
Po' boys are delicious.
The chat for that video that we just watched was far more entertaining than the actual.
Yeah, his
video
dad
was.
threatening to beat everybody up. That's so funny.
Yeah,
This is his
great.
artwork, by the way.
I like how he had to make the boobs bigger on the
Dude,
cartoon girl.
That's what he does.
World.
That's what he does. There's pictures where he'll like. Here he is, right here. There's pictures where he'll show, he'll draw like a picture.
He loved the booba.
He'll draw a picture of like someone who actually exists and turn them into a comic character. Like this, the Leanne Tweeden on Playboy. Well, this is an actual him just trying to draw it. There's a few where he makes the head like way small and the boobs like insanely big.
He needs that booba.
Let's see. Well, he's got Ric Flair wearing Michigan stuff. That breaks my heart, honestly. Oh, look,
He draws
look,
better
look,
than,
look at the anti-Ohio State shit on his fucking Instagram. I just want to point this out, man. This is ridiculously horrible.
He just lives rent-free in your head, Ben.
He does. Went free in my head.
Caesar Cuto's got it right. I think,
These are
like,
better than Chris Chen, though. I thought I was expecting worse.
This looks traced.
It's Adult Swim quality. I agree. Yeah.
I don't know if this is traced, but it's obviously a side by side. These are better than Chris Chen.
These are like characters that I would expect to show up in.
These
like,
are
Super
objectively
Jail.
better than Chris Chen. They're not good.
Oh, Billy,
Like,
always taking the contrarian route. That's fine, Billy. We get it.
well, you got to be honest. You can't be like, oh, this is Chris Chen level. Chris Chen looks like a 4-year-old drew it. This looks like a 13-year-old drew it. Chris Chen's like an angsty 7-year-old that got abused. This is like a 13-year-old that his dad said he has all good enough to do anything and never lived up to it.
They noticed he had like Playboy photos like taped to his ceiling, and it looks like he has a lot of these old Playboy magazines that are like 30 years old or so.
He got his dad's. Oh wow, he made super big booba on April O'Neil.
Yes, that's what he does.
He did Isom too.
I'm gonna do, dude. I saw someone that did a cosplay of Isom. It's hilarious. I don't know who the guy is, and I've never had a problem with him, so he could be a nice guy for all I know. But he did this random guy I saw. He did an Isom cosplay, and it was like kind of ridiculous. I'm looking for one of his drawings that I saw shared earlier because it was kind of hilarious. He does like. Check this out for one thing. He did this drawing inspired by what's her name? I can't remember her name right now. But
Christy Brinkley?
No, Christy Brinkley's no. This is Kate Hudson. I think her name is. Right? No. I can't remember her name right now. She was like big on the internet like 10 years ago or so. Kate Upton. Kate Upton. Yeah. He made her boobs like ridiculously huge and then gave her a package. Like look at her groin area. She's packing.
She just got a moose knuckle is all.
No, she's
What
packing.
happened to her mouth? Like, why is it like 3 times the size?
Look at this one.
She just got puffy beaver
Look
peach
at
is all.
like the boob. He shrunk the head and made the boobs ridiculous.
Yeah, he's playing God and he's doing it way better.
Look what he did to her waist.
Women don't need brains; they need big old chesticles.
Yeah, look at Uma Thurman.
Booba Thurman.
Booba
Again,
Thurman.
He's only making it better.
I guess he'll take like a Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue photo and like superheroify it, shrink the head and make the boobs huge.
Well, this is what artists do a lot, right? Like they use a base pose. so he's kicking it. He's like
Billy can't help
he's like
but defend him. Like if
Well, I
if
mean, it's
okay.
It's fine, right? Like this is. I'm not gonna nitpick. I'm not a nitpicking nerd.
Wow.
I would be really interested to hear what Monty has to say about like these drawings.
Like
he'll be more brutal than me.
I talk a lot. I talk a lot of shit, but all my shit is 100% deserved. I have a keen
my
perception.
opinion on what's. Of course, you think everything you do is great, but
I know it is.
You know that you think it is, but that's fine.
Disagree.
Of course you do. So yeah, the trailer here. Let's do that.
This is Luke Skywatcher in the 1990s Clifford.
Can you just act like a human boy for 1 minute here?
Yeah, I kind of see it a little bit.
Look at me like a person. You can't do it for more than a few seconds. Look at me like a human boy.
The only thing worse than being a 10-year-old boy
Would you please
is being Kendall.
stop hitting the back of my chair? I am trying to sleep.
Does he draw pictures in this?
I don't remember.
I'm this nice older person, but I don't know what you're talking about.
What the fuck?
It's crazy that they got a 40-year-old guy to play a little boy in this movie. That's interesting, you know? Right. Yeah, so that's it for Kendall. Everyone, please like the stream if you haven't already. Quick reminder, we're trying to get the tip train rolling to get to 50%. We're at 33%, making good progress. If you want to help us out, there is a link pinned in the chat. You can click on that, send us a couple bucks, tell us what you think about Sturgis, about Kendall, about his artwork, whatever. And if you're watching this after the fact, you can just leave comments in the comments below.
That's right, for the algorithm.
For the algorithm. For the algorithm. Here's this just came out today. An official Ripaverse update from the man himself, Eric July. So let's see what he has to say here.
What's up, everybody? I'm Eric July, the founder and owner of Ripaverse Publishing, as well as the writer of ISOM. It has been a while since we've done an update, so I figured this will be a great time to get you all up to speed. But the main focus of this video will be telling you what we've learned since that last update. ISOM number 2 is currently being fulfilled, and I love that you're doing reviews. It seems many of you enjoy it.
I don't think he loves all the reviews.
No.
Oh, the canceled ninja enjoys it.
More than the first one.
Yeah, he is. He's wearing the gear and shit.
And the book gives...
Yeah. Something tells me that the people he just featured all gave the book a positive review.
Issue 1 more perspective. Blood Ruth has also become a fan favorite, and Gooding is getting some love as well.
Yeah, the thing that they can't figure out how to spell it. They spell Gooding like multiple... It's a weird word, by the way. But they can't... They've spelled it different ways even on the same page. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it's spelled like 2 different ways even on one page, and I think there's examples of it being spelled 3 different ways over the course of
from the end of ISOM number 1.
That's what Vito said, right?
Yeah.
On last
Till
episode.
now, a lot has happened. Truly, we are still catching up to our demand. You all know that we spent the time in between campaigns building and moving into our new headquarters.
That probably sucked up a lot of that profit that you made. Like, people talk to me like when his fans talk about these crowdfunding campaigns, and they add the total together and act like Eric July has all that sitting in his bank account. Like they don't even think about like the amount, like when you're making over $1 million in a year, a lot of that, like almost half of that's going to taxes. You know,
a lot of this stuff is going to be written off. Of those taxes
all of these expenses are tax write-offs. But
like, everybody's saying he's stupid for spending this much and all this stuff. It's like the government's probably going to take it anyways. He might as well.
You know that we're our own distributor. We say this all the time, and it's very important. And though we are saving a ton of money and headache by not using a 3PL, we still...
I don't see how that's possible. Because those things exist to save money when you're not a huge operation that should have their own warehouse. It helps out smaller industries like this.
Are understaffed, however...
Unless, of course, he's going to pay the money to the government instead, so might as well get that tax break for spending it all on...
It's not that big of a break, though. Like, maybe it'll knock him down into a lower bracket, maybe. But if he's not spending it here, he'd be spending it on taxes anyway. So he's spending it somewhere. He's not keeping it.
Our team has already...
He's creating lines of business that he can further develop. And if he has to, if he bought the property or whatever for this, he can have ownership over it. I don't know if he's renting or not. There's a lot of stuff that could be going in here.
If he owns the property, he's paying taxes on the estimated value of it, depending on where it is.
A lot in the warehouse and shipping department. Since we're still not there, I'm working in the warehouse for the better part of this campaign.
Working for him is sitting around and tweeting all day. That's literally what he does. And he'll tweet like, I'm so mad that this guy said this thing about ISOM 2. He's wrong. And then he's like, back to work now. And then like 15 minutes later, he does basically the same thing.
Everybody knows good work is hard to find, but our team is getting a lot more efficient. With more hands on deck and a more efficient process, we're seeing orders go out much faster than ISOM number 1, and it'll only increase with more staff. The challenges comes with our volume. To put this into perspective, we've sold over 170,000 individual items with 80,000 or so orders.
So this is why all of his little sycophants, his parasocial sycophants, just parrot all the stuff he's doing right now. Because he's not about like how he's excited about the future of the Ripaverse and what maybe like little hints about what's to come. It's all these ridiculous numbers, and that's what makes this a good thing.
He doesn't even put what's to come in the comic books.
Right.
He doesn't know what's to come. He can't talk about that stuff because there isn't anything to talk about. Takes him a year to push out a second book. With all that money in the world, you think he could do more than sit there and own the detractors, but he knows the real content is owning the detractors.
Yep.
That's a lot of product that has to be accounted for, and a lot of negotiation comes with working with various vendors and suppliers. This is the part of the business that a lot of creative people don't ever consider, or they put it off on someone else because they don't want to deal with it. But we handle it all here, and I'm proud of my team. ISOM number 2 gives us a great opportunity to see what our capabilities are, and we know where we need to improve.
I love how his so-called charity is just giving a discount on comics, so they still have to be bought, and he's still making money. But it's just like his charity is the discount, and then he gives the books to the charity.
What the world needs now is ISOM for orphans.
We want to get
Beautiful
our fulfillment time down as much as possible, but let's get to the creative things. As we got the new warehouse, 2 books were being completed in addition to ISOM number 2. That's Alpha Core by Chuck Dixon and Joe Bennett, and Yaira by the Saska sisters and Deborah Carita. Outside of some minor edits, both of the books have art and colors complete. Alpha Core is finalizing lettering and pre-press since that releases this fall. But in addition to those books, we have other projects in motion. ISOM number 3 and the finale to the ill-advised art has started pencils and ink. Yaira number 2 by the Saska sisters starts pencils and ink this month. Chuck Dixon has another unannounced project that starts pencil and ink this month. We also are getting the ball rolling on some other projects, and we'll keep you guys posted. As you can see,
Let's hear
our release
about it.
schedule is speeding up, and 2024 is going to be a massive year for us because we do have bigger books. Don't expect oversaturation. We won't release books just to do it, and the campaign format will not be used for every single book. We've already learned a lot creatively. We have a better understanding of how long it'll take us to finish each project and so forth. But if I can be completely honest and blunt for a second, this company is going to really step it up once I don't have to be at the warehouse every day.
Why do you have to be there? Are you driving a forklift? Like what?
That's what he's tweeting at. That's what he's tweeting at, Ben.
Here understands that I'm most
he's not in there.
I was going to say, maybe that's the only place he has Wi-Fi right now, so he has to go there to tweet all day.
When he's not in there flying the drone around, people can actually get some work done.
For facilitating the creative things as well as the business side. My role should act more as CEO and EIC, but until we get the bodies, I'm having to split that up with warehousing and packing orders, which brings me to the editorial oversight. Minor errors happen all the time in indie comics.
There it is. This is him being like, well, everybody does it.
Which doesn't make it excusable. It's especially frustrating when you know how it happened. For example, on one of the pages in ISOM 2, there's some added U, and on another's, there's a missing 2. This is a lesson of always rereading the proof copy.
Yeah, when you're the one in charge, it falls on you. The responsibility literally falls on you as the top guy, as the producer.
Look, guys, everybody does it, especially people with 2 comic books.
Yeah. The ratio of errors over 2 comic books is staggering.
Everybody does it, Ben. Everybody. I want to see the first 2 comic books released by any successful comic book company and compare the number of errors to ISOM 2. And I also want to compare the amount of money they had for their starter company versus this one.
We caught both of these issues on the first proof, but after a completely different edit, the digital proof did not include our first corrections. I'll take responsibility for that, as that's what I get for not getting another physical proof, because I was so ready to get this to print. But there was one thing that just got flat out missed, and that's the ad, which was a late edition.
Gooding!
Gooding's name is misspelled on the headline. Again,
Tell
that's
us more.
on
Tell us more about Gooding.
So
People love Gooding.
It was spelled wrong again.
Me, as I should have included that with the editor's copy, despite it being a late edition. Our editors caught the edits that they were presented with. I need to let them do their jobs. So what I've learned is always do due diligence. That should be done regardless of how antsy we are. If we need to push things
So the
back
editors caught it and he still messed it up?
Yes.
Oh, that's
cute. So like what I'm gathering is they fixed it, but then they had to go and do another proof to fix other things. And then when they only fixed like the second thing and didn't like end up fixing the first thing on the digital copy that they ended up doing. So
that's cute. I love that.
Things corrected, then let's just do that. But those minor errors in ISOM 1 and 2 will not be corrected in the single issues, maybe for the omnibuses or something, but not for the single issues. These mistakes don't get in the way of the story, and 99% of you didn't even know it was a thing until we told you that.
Then why bring it up? Why bring it up? Why bring it up? Why spend a minute and a half talking about it if the only people talking about it are the detractors? You're eating out of the fucking trough right now. You're lolcowing, dude. This is a lolcow maneuver. You just told 99% of your fan base that actually supported you that you're an idiot because some people called you an idiot. Good job.
I have no problem displaying our slip-ups, and they will forever be showcased. We're still a relatively new company. It'll be our way of showing our growth and where we came from. We recognize we do have to be better in this department, though. Most of these issues will resolve themselves once I can focus more on the creative.
I can tell you, let's translate that. We already printed these books, and we're not gonna like fix it and print new ones. We're just gonna sell you the ones that we have. That's it.
But this is how it should have gone. Whatever he's saying next, if it matters, he shouldn't have brought this up at all. He doesn't have to translate. It's stupid to bring this up. He got goaded into this because he's a lolcow.
He is. He's a successful one, but he is definitely a lolcow.
Stuff in that alone with the business, of course. Either way, I'm excited for the future of the Ripaverse.
I mean,
we have a lot.
DSP is a successful lolcow.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have a day job as far as I know. He's been lolcowing around for decades. Some ordinary gamers offered him $5,000 for an interview, and DSP is turning down $5,000. Like he must be successful.
He's also very paranoid.
This is just setting himself up for like making a mistake with like, you know, the next comic where there's just a fucking typo or something, and it's like, shit, I promised this would never happen again. What do I tell him now?
Don't tell him anything, dude. Doofus July. And the D in Eric D. July stands for doofus.
Of comic book material cooking. We also have some things moving with Ripaverse Studios animation. Perhaps the greatest challenge is taming your expectations when you have all these dreams. Many people would see the money that we brought in and they would either blow it in being way too ambitious or get lazy thinking that they've made it. The key is balance. Be realistic and financially responsible, but also understand that there's risk with anything. Anyway, thanks to you all for being customers. Keep reviewing ISOM number 2, as word of mouth will forever be our greatest marketer.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Yay, Eric D. July. That was wonderful.
Amazing.
So proud.
I'm going to make a run to the loo. I'll be right back.
The final countdown. Do-do-do-do. Me and Magic Kiss are happy boys. Do-do-do-do. We're happy boys. You like the song I wrote for you, Magic Kiss?
You wrote it just for
me? It's about
me?
how happy.
Oh, that's so
it's about how happy we are, you and I.
Another episode, another WWE fact. In 2003, during the Royal Rumble, Brock Lesnar's head briefly got swallowed by his shoulder muscles and paramedics had to pry it out with crowbars so he didn't suffocate to death on his own brawn.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. That was wild. That was wild. Magic Us.
What's going on?
What's been the coolest thing in your life recently?
The coolest thing in my life?
Yeah, the coolest thing in your life.
I don't really know. Like, I haven't had like a lot of huge fancy stuff happen recently.
That's cool. That's cool, Magic.
Stability, I guess.
Thought I'd offer. So now I'm gonna do what I do when there's nobody on the show. I talk to the chat. I answer their questions. You guys got questions? Answer the questions. Mike says, "Billy, how's the heart?" It's one day at a time.
You want to see my fishy?
Nope, not at all.
Look. It's a beta fish.
It's a magic card from the beta set.
Yeah, it's Merfolk of the Pearl Trident. It's a beta one, and he has his little bowl here.
The reflection and the green screen really killed that joke.
It did, but...
Willie Kool-Aid's asked, Billy, would you join the Stripaverse? Nah. Did you notice that July looks like he uses Soul Glow on his beard? I don't know. I don't know what Soul Glow on a beard even looks like. Herman Mudgett says, effing nerds. True. King Diesel says, fish slavery. Yeah. The Mac Geek says, Billy, what kind of pizza should I order tomorrow? If you have a place around you that does a Philly cheesesteak pizza, I highly suggest you get a Philly cheesesteak pizza. I don't know if you know, but I love Philly cheesesteak pizza.
I like the tomato pies as well. I'd recommend.
What are those, Magicus?
It's, I would say, it's like a pizza that lots of sauce, like basil, garlic, but like instead of like mozzarella cheese, it'll use like Parmesan.
King Diesel asked if I saw Borat 2. Yeah, when Borat 2 came out, I watched it on the streaming service Amazon. Very, very well done. I'm pretty sure Borat is an agent, like for CIA, FBI, or something like that. He just has too many connections to the elites. He has to be connected. And his tactics are very similar to the agent tactics when you talk to somebody. He's just too good. He's got to be a CIA plant in the industry. He has to be. That Rudy Giuliani thing was fantastic. The girl that was working under him, obviously next gen CIA plant, obviously. Obvious.
Let's be honest. All pets are just forced friends that you own.
Let's be even more honest. All girlfriends, all friends are also just forced friends that you own. Unless you're the submissive friend. Very rarely are there equal friends or equal partners or equal anythings in any sort of relationship. Very rarely is there an equal. And they're forced to be your friend because you're above them. Think about it. Billy, are you a horror movie fan? Only really, really good stuff. I'm a movie fan. I don't like horror just because it's horror, but if it's a good movie, like Hereditary, I liked Hereditary a lot.
I like horror that's like really funny. So stuff like Jason X is my favorite.
Freddy versus Jason was probably the pinnacle of those films. Other than, unless you count A Cabin in the Woods, and that's the best.
I love A Cabin in the Woods. That one's really, really high.
Everybody loves it. If you don't like Cabin in the Woods, you're weird.
Yeah, agree.
Billy, have you seen the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I did, yeah. I thought it was adequate. I was expecting it to be into the Turtleverse, like into the Spider-Verse levels of good, and I don't think it lived up to that. But I think it was fine. I don't think it was bad. I thought it was the best animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle release I could remember. But I barely remember the last one with, I think it had Freddie Prinze Jr. in it. I don't think I've seen Sinister. Are we just going to glance over the fact, Maximus? Yes, we are.
All right. So we're at 37%. We're doing pretty amazing.
Yeah.
For the
amazing.
Everyone who hasn't already liked the stream should. We got some other stuff. We will play the intro because this is news related. So here we go.
He called me sir. It got me so fuming angry.
People are discriminating against wolves.
Wow. They're laughing at us, at our stupidity.
You can talk.
And you better well learn to love it.
Hello, everybody. We have this amazing... Do you remember the crazy plane lady that was like pointing at... She was like, that guy does not exist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She came out and released an apology video because the body cam stuff, the footage of it got released, so there was no running from it. There's these weird conspiracy theories that the woman doing the apology isn't the real woman, but it is, and they're just not familiar with what makeup can do. Like when she was on the plane, she didn't have a lot of makeup on because she was probably going to be on a flight for several hours that day. And in this apology, she's got makeup all over her face and does look slightly different. And her hair's dyed a different color now. So
I don't know. This seems like a setup. It's pretty obvious. Carrot Top was on that plane, and that motherfucker is not real.
If she doesn't do an apology with a ukulele, it doesn't count.
For real. She knows the
My
rules.
dad's a cop. You, dude.
Oh, yeah, we go for it.
No, absolutely not. Like, you get the out of my face.
Okay, you have a nice day.
You too.
That's Tiffany Gomez, who went viral.
she's also she has a lot of Instagram followers. Like she's had them prior to this incident. So
her husband is a guy named Louis J. Gomez from the Legion of Skanks podcast.
It really?
I'm not sure. I think I might have just made that up.
Okay.
On the internet for all of the wrong reasons.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off.
Now the quote, crazy plane lady is apologizing for the rant posted on
take full accountability for my actions. They were completely unacceptable.
Thanks for joining us here on Law and Crime.
I think
I'm
what she meant
Antoinette
to say was toxic gossip plane.
Yep.
flight that was supposed to leave Dallas for Orlando back on July 2nd. But those plans changed after she had what seemed to be a meltdown on the plane.
Say whatever you want. I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it.
People on, I saw a few people on Twitter being like, I'm in love with this woman and I need to know who she is. And then like every day they were like, still 10 days and I still don't know her name. Still 15 days and I still don't know her name. It was so weird.
It's not that weird. We had people simping for Art Van Gogh months after the first video.
That is true.
Too but I am telling you right now that right there is not real.
She's obviously pointing at Carrot Top.
Well, she's right. The person, or the imaginary force that she's pointing at is not real. That is correct.
Yeah. Once again, women are right.
They're not. I'm not going to. Bye.
After that, airport police were called to the gate and heard about a dispute that took place on...
The man that she assaulted is so nice. And he's the reason she didn't go to jail. I'll get to that part where the cops talk to him. Dude, she is so lucky. And you know what? I don't think I heard her apologize directly to him in her apology video, which is kind of weird. Because she should be thanking the fuck out of him. This guy right here is smiling. You can tell English is not his first language.
No,
He's got a huge smile.
Yeah, she just pushing me like, you are the part of the, I don't know who's talking to in the phone. Okay.
Oh,
so
I didn't know she beat up IRL Homer Simpson.
Just sitting right here, and she just coming pushing me, and then she just...
Did she say anything before that to you?
This guy isn't real.
No.
And you didn't say anything to her?
No.
Are you okay? You hurt?
Yeah. No, I'm okay.
You sure?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I have my flight, so it's just going to be like a minutes.
This is like a cave troll trying to pretend he's Hank Schrader from Breaking Bad. This is not real.
Okay. So that assault mean, what does that mean? Assault?
He doesn't even know what assault means, you know?
It means to...
He's like, no, in my country, that's called foreplay.
Fight somebody, push them.
He's like, why are you trying to arrest my new wife? That was our marriage plan on the airplane.
To bring some kind of harm, bodily injury.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. No, she just pushed me.
You don't want to do anything about it?
It's okay.
He's like, no, I'm a man. She put her hands on me. I'm a man. Nope, I'm not doing anything about it. Nothing happened to me.
Do you mind if I get your information real quick?
Yeah.
At the same time that the man is telling his story to officers, another officer found Tiffany Gomez outside.
And she's talking to her mom.
His story doesn't go down in history like her story does.
You can, when they walk up to her, you can kind of hear her mom being like, I think you should just get out of there right now.
I need you to understand. I'm not lying.
Did you make contact with anybody?
You can just, I want you to get out of there.
Physical contact with somebody?
No.
Because we're hearing reports otherwise.
I've made no physical contact with nobody.
Okay.
I've had it all in video the whole entire time, so.
No, she wasn't taking video when she was freaking out on the plane and pointing at the guy that didn't exist and everything, so no.
So now I've had physical contact with people, so now I have to.
You put us on that disturbance call.
Now I get to go deal with that. But I'm going to keep it on video the entire time.
Then a second officer approaches from a different direction.
So what's your plan now?
Nothing. Waiting to see what happens.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
See what happens with what? What's your plan from here?
I'm going home. I'm not
So
getting
you have
up.
somebody coming to pick you up? Or
Yeah, they want to make sure she's not driving because they think she's wasted, which I don't know if they've clarified that or not, but she is acting like she might be. A lot of people take medication before they get on flights because they're either scared of flying or they just want to sleep, and then they have like a couple cocktails and it makes them black out, and then they act stupid like this.
Did she not offer any explanation in her apology?
I don't believe so.
Uber.
Does it matter?
Well, yes, because obviously we just got reports that you assaulted somebody.
Yeah, I want to know why the cops are so nice to her, but they put poor Marianne Blue through the ringer.
Marianne Blues had every chance to leave. This woman just left.
Poor Marianne Blue.
The gentleman inside, okay?
Wait, I assaulted someone?
That's what local people.
Okay, so I'm 5'2". Oh, wait, hold on. I'm 5'2", 120 pounds.
Okay, can you let me
5'2",
finish?
120 pounds.
Can you let me finish?
Yeah.
So the gentleman is not wanting to press charges, okay?
Okay.
You can't assault people if you're small, is her point.
So regardless, he's not wanting to press charges.
Hey, could I hurt you? I will tell you. I'll tell you.
Being said,
I'll tell
just
you.
listen to the
I
Should
mean,
I hurt you?
if I had heard this first and then they asked me, do you want to press charges, I think that might have changed my answer.
No man's gonna press charges on a 5'2" woman. That's embarrassing.
So
I don't know. I would think about it just for the fact that she delayed my goddamn flight for like several hours. So
No man would do charges on a 5'2" girl.
I'm petty
That's
like
embarrassing.
that, okay?
No man would do that.
how do you?
I'm all about equality, bitch.
All right, Vagicus.
Because you can't hang out here. If you have no business at the airport, you can't be here.
I don't want to be here.
Okay, so who's coming to pick you up?
An Uber.
Okay, have you already requested it?
I will gladly request it right now.
Did you already request one?
Can I do that while I'm videoing you? Probably not.
Okay, so if we weren't going to be here, why have we not already requested one? I guess is my question.
Because I've been talking to my mother about what the is going on.
Okay, so she's requesting. She's going to request it right now. Okay, so the gentleman that you allegedly made contact with, okay, he's choosing not to press charges or anything like that. So just please be considerate. Okay, here in the state of Texas, if you touch somebody that's unwanted, okay, it's considered a class C assault. You could go to jail for it. You could get ticketed for it. Okay, I can tell you're already having a bad day. We're not trying to make it any worse. So whenever you get out of
My dad's a cop.
Okay. Well, do you have any questions for us?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Like we get the
Okay. You have a nice day.
It's been a
Okay,
little
you
more
have a
than a
nice
month
day.
now since that entire interaction, and the police body camera video is just now coming to light. And a seemingly contrite Tiffany Gomez has posted a video on Twitter.
Hi everyone, it's me, Tiffany Gomez, probably better known as the Crazy Plane Lady, which is completely warranted.
Gomez, in a scripted statement, apologized for what she did that day.
First and foremost, I want to take full accountability for my actions. They were completely unacceptable. Distressed or not, I should have been in control of my emotions, and that was not the case. My use of profanity was completely unnecessary.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the off,
No, but not slapping the guy.
and there's a reason why I'm getting the off.
I want to apologize to everyone on that plane, especially those that had children aboard. Can't
How about the
imagine
guy
going
you hit?
No, I don't even think she apologized to him.
through that and trying to explain to your kid what in the world just happened. We all have our bad moments, some far worse than others, and mine happened to be caught on camera for the whole world to see multiple times.
Yeah, police footage will kind of do that sometimes, you know.
Trying not to sound like Minnie Mouse.
Then the apology took a different turn. Gomez said she's enjoyed some of the memes, but there's been a flip side.
On the flip side, it is very invasive and unkind. And I don't know what I would do without the love and support of my friends and family. I hope that I can use this experience and do a little bit of good in the world.
At the end of the Twitter video, Gomez
You know
posted
what?
that
I don't know that you get to complain about that when your ass is not going to jail for assaulting someone. I think at that point you just say, cut my losses, I get what I get, and then I'm just happy that I'm not in jail right now.
You obviously don't know about privilege, Magicus.
she's on a journey to promote good mental health and stand up against cyberbullying. What that means is unclear. She posted a link to her website that simply says, "Stay tuned." For Law and Crime, I'm Anjanette Levy.
Yeah. Here,
Your Honor, I'm way too beautiful to be dressed in orange. Says here's Negan.
This is.
Was she there with Goldberg?
It's not Goldberg, but it's a guy that looks like him. I don't know where this is. There's a huge crowd there. American. It must be some fight because it says fight night.
Fight night.
Yeah, it's from 1 week ago. But yeah, she's got 81,000 Instagram followers, so that's quite a few for someone.
Oh, you know what? I just had a thought. Maybe the reason she didn't apologize to that guy specifically is because if she did, it would be an admission of guilt, and he could still civilly sue her for that.
Yeah. You think that she watched Barbie and Oppenheimer, or just Barbie?
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know if I can trust her character until we figure that out. Was that the Jake Paul fight? It might have been. Wasn't that a week ago?
Yeah, it says 1 week ago, so it might have been.
It's been 1 week since I went to the Jake Paul fight. Told that motherfucker he wasn't real. Ever since Sturgis was singing, now I want to sing, guys. It's a musical episode of Drunken Peasants. I was August 5th at the American Airlines Center.
Everyone like the stream if you haven't already. Also reminding everyone that just showed up about the pre-show. We do a pre-show that's free for everyone. All you got to do is find where it is. I have it linked down below in the description. You can go there, or you can follow the link I just put in the chat just now. Bookmark that. Check it out periodically. Go back. Check out. It's before each official episode. So just go back there and listen to the first 10, 15 minutes of all the episodes. You'll get something new that you haven't heard before. It's all the behind the scenes stuff while we're getting ready to do the show, which is sometimes interesting stuff happened that no one ever heard. So I decided to put it in there. So that's why it's there now. So check that out. Also, we're on the... Oh, here we go. Even further.
She calls the Barbie movie Barbenheimer and is confused where the Heimer was. So here's Negan says she only watched Barbie. I went to go see Barbenheimer. It was really good.
So we're even closer now to getting 50% in this episode. If you want to help us out, click the link right there. We've got around a half hour left in the show. So if you want to keep the ball rolling on that, please do so. And we've got, I don't know if you saw this. Yeah. Someone made a t-shirt and sent it to King Cobra, and he didn't like it. But it turns out Ozzy is wearing the shirt now. So maybe King Cobra will... King Cobra might change his mind and start wearing it since he likes to wear what Ozzy wears.
That's definitely Ozzy wearing the shirt for real.
Alcoholic Regard Toy Wands.
That's not even him wearing it. Someone just did that to troll?
No, that's him wearing
real.
It. That's totally real.
Totally real.
Totally real. Yeah. Oh, King Cobra's mad about the writer's strike.
You know what grinds my gears, YouTube? The fucking writer's strike. It's like these fucking assholes who steal King Cobra's content, make money off of it, don't pay me a dime, and then tell me to get a job and call me a bum piece of shit loser. On top of it, they got this fucking writer's strike. It's like, hey man, Family Guy ain't the only show affected, but yo, I'll write for Family Guy. I'll work cheap. I got an idea for a cutaway, YouTube. Check this out. Chris, Stewie, and Brian fully restore a Model T. Chris adjusts the timing wrong when you're starting a Model T. Stewie goes to hand crank it. The car backfires. Crank spins backwards. Sends Stewie flying comically. Brian says to Stewie when he lands, as he's crying, Brian says someone's cranky and needs a nap. I mean, come on, get your shit together.
Somebody who makes the King Cobra cartoon videos needs to make this. And they need to hire voices off of Fiverr to do Brian and Stewie. Because that would be so fucking money. Come on, guys.
Okay. So there's this new Cobra channel.
Egghead real quick asks, so is he in support of the writer's strike? Egghead, he just told you how he would become a scab to write for Family Guy if they would hire him for cheap.
Yeah, so he's
Did you
not
not get that part, Egghead?
He's a scab.
He's not supporting the strike. He's offering to write Family Guy. That episode that we just heard. It was really like 2 seconds scene.
Boglum Reacts, this newer Cobes channel. They did so what they do is, because Cobra doesn't show the video that he's reacting to and the audio's not good, so they have made it almost as if Cobra is running his own like reaction stream where his camera is like off to the side and the audio's good. They edit it really well, and I watched this one recently and the editing on this is so good. I love it. I have to share it with everyone. Egghead, I'm coming for you.
I'm coming for you, Negan. Yeah, the Cobra Reacts channel is really well done.
It is good.
What?
This video is like the magnum opus of that channel so far.
What's up? It's your boy Cobra. Haha. Let's get into it. Dating apps bring out the worst in people. Ride and roast with Terrence Pop and Blake.
And I had no idea who Terrence Pop and Blake are. They're kind of insufferable douchebags.
All right. Spoiler alert. Gender relation rant incoming.
I'm going to skip the music. All right.
Posted. Coupon code King Cobra will get you 15% off, and you too can smell like a rock star. That being said, don't hate the game, don't hate the players, hate our society. All right.
All right.
Or wishing you were.
Yes. This guy's wearing like steampunk glasses.
Most people will get to that point in their life where they wish they were dead.
No matter how miserable your life is, it could be worse.
Does he
So
really hate
cherish
outside
each
light
moment
or
in
something?
life, because life is so miserably fucking short.
Maybe his eyes like go into laser beam mode if he takes the goggles off.
It doesn't fit with the rest of his ensemble, you know? It's very out of place to wear these weird steampunk glasses.
You can't let the bad times ruin your good times, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
And that's where we enter the world of magical thinking. In today's article, this is about 3 months old on the day of filming, but...
Butt segments. I love Terrence Pop and Blake's butt segments. Oh, glorious. It's like, hey, some eye candy while I'm...
Okay, so I guess in their videos they actually do show like hot girls' butts, but they edited in like man ass instead.
Beer.
Yeah.
By the way, I think Kendall is live streaming right now.
Yeah, I heard that.
As we all know, ladies who write articles like this, in this case we have Nancy Jo Sales, these are all old tricks anyway. They just repackage them and try to sell them as new.
Hashtag blame all men, hashtag believe all women. Yeah, that kind of makes men feel ostracized. And that creates these fucking toxic males who think that women are all just snuffed. And then that in turn makes women think that all men are just assholes. And then nobody wins.
It's what Feminism 101, Liberalism 101, keep this.
I hate to say this, but now that feminists and LGBTQ have gotten equality, they're bored. They're looking for something to stir up attention and get them talking. So what happens? Now feminism has become about hating men. And now you got LGBTQ plus fighting a civil war on who's more special.
Recycling the same old propaganda and say the same lie over and over again.
Yep.
Sooner or later, somebody will believe it.
You could slap any date on this post Tinder or post OkCupid,
and you're probably going to find
online dating, I'd rather try my chances at the bar. So I know what I'm getting into before I make that decision.
a million articles out there that say roughly the same thing. But here we go.
Why do dating apps bring out the worst in men?
Here we fucking go. Some random chick who can't get dick inside of her pussy because she's too entitled.
How the fuck does that actually mean anything? Are they talking
Dating
about the dick
apps
pics?
don't bring out the worst in men. The worst men use dating apps. Good men don't need to go to dating apps to get women. They can go anywhere and get women. Women come to them. It's not that dating apps bring out the worst in men. You're getting the worst men. Step up your game. Stop using dating apps. If you're using dating apps, you're also one of the worst women.
I mean, any social media platform tends to bring out the worst in people regardless, so I don't see why dating apps would be exempt from this.
Good people use Twitter, they use Facebook, they use Instagram. Good people don't use dating apps because good people meet good people in real life.
I feel like good people using Twitter is like the hero in the story picking up the cursed sword and thing. I could do so much.
The facts don't care about your feelings, Magicus. There's tons of good people. There's tons of good people on other social media platforms. Good people don't go to dating apps. Weak people who can't find real people in the real world go to dating apps. Every once in a while, you get decent people meeting each other on dating apps, but you don't get good people.
Okay, it's the semantics game again.
Because I spent a lot of time on the dating apps.
It's not.
I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of dudes on there who have zero fucks to give, and they lead with penis pics.
And which is, as we say around here, a dick move.
Which, exactly. You don't just send dick pics without consent, okay? Well, you can't expect women to care about your rights and your feelings if you don't care about theirs. But the problem with that is, as soon as men try to care, we're chastised for it. We're demasculated. We're seen as pussies because we care about your feelings. And it's like, fuck you.
It is a dick move. But, hey,
It is a dick move, dog. Could you imagine, though, sincerely, if you got sent a naked picture of a chick you were not into, she may be too fat for your standards, or maybe, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And, how would you feel about it? I know exactly how you'd feel about it. You're supposed to accept it and kiss her and call her beautiful. Otherwise, you're a man, pig, chauvinistic piece of shit who can't handle a strong woman. And I'm over here yeah, but if it was gender reversed, we'd be called rapists for it.
if you don't care and that's what you want, you're like, here's the golden rod. Maybe you want some, maybe you don't. You don't. All right, next. And
really quick here. Just want to hear what Kendall is saying.
And my father, he's got to get ready for his little late night romantic rendezvous. Or for him, it's more like, slappity slap, boomity boomity. Now, how about that? You guys have, fathers and get them interested in the channel and subscribe all that way. So
did you just fast forward him when he was talking about his dad having sex?
I was just getting to the actual live part of it.
Fresh water instead of fried chicken and Pepsi.
But fried chicken and Pepsi is delicious.
I don't like Pepsi.
A little fun right there. And now, since we are here, it's the last call for super chats, the last call for them, or for super stickers, or for anybody who wants to become a member or gift the membership.
Glanderson Booper. Glanderson Booper.
Right there. It's also into the top of the chat for you. As we round this all up,
I'm gonna give him a heart.
Going off,
Hearts.
And, it's late for Abe and other people. Well, I've got an audience that has lives. So they might go off to sleep or go off to something else.
That shots
Maybe
at our audience
time
again.
Zone, like in Australia, that means they're probably going to go off and have a little fun, or they got a job to do, or maybe they're going to go and get a little pickle tickle from Australian bodybuilding champion Roger Walker, who's nowadays probably in a walker, but still is more functioning down there in the junk than the Drunken Peasants.
Nice, got us.
How does he know?
That's one of those things that is.
Did he see the Blue Chew ads?
Without having to really do the exact research. You don't need WebMD or Wikipedia to confirm that. You can confirm it with simply your eyes. And also, we've got a Jurgen's chime. And little things we've also got to talk about. Well, those are things
Could
that we might be
Isom
talking
beat
about later.
Glanderson Booper in a fight? Good one, Magicus.
Subscribe if you're new.
I don't
know. He's running.
Subscribe if you're a returning
that
viewer.
could be anybody.
Do not forget that the best way to support the channel is to either become a member with the first link below today, or shop my art store at the second link below today, where my poster art is 200, my color art is 30, my pen and ink art is 25, my sketchbooks are 25, and my trading cards are only 10. Whatever commissions in color you give out there are 60. Whatever artwork, whatever pen and ink commissions are 50,
him to
and
do
any trading
Glanderson
card commissions
Booper?
are
I think we
only,
could.
Trading cards are only 20. And whatever you purchase or commission just has a $5 shipping and handling fee right there. And whatever you want to go and donate, just remember to go and donate right there or right now. Because remember, when you go and do that, any dollar amount from around the world is accepted. And that means if you want to go and buy my work or commission me from outside of the USA, so
He's distracted now.
Some foreign addresses.
He usually rattles through this like it's nothing.
As a donation, just add up what you want in US dollars with another 25 US for the international shipping and handling.
My
fee.
comments
Make that
are.
donation, and your items will ship as immediately as it would for any of my
They probably
until
blocked
then,
me or
thank you all.
something.
Tomorrow I will I will have my shorts premiering at 5 p.m. Eastern and 5:30. I'll have a new video at 6:30. I will also be live again at 10 p.m. Eastern. And to all of those,
No, I know that guy in the front. That's Luke, but in the back there, is that
from
Yoda?
the likes of the Drunken Peasants? Well, check your fire next time, bitch. So let's not forget about them. Because, well, it's going to be hard because they are so talentless and forgettable that they aren't worthy to smell my
Get him
shit,
to draw
as I've
Eric
already
July
said that. So, thank you all for watching, and felines, slam it, lick it, suck it, and see you, Space Cowboy.
That was a good break.
Pretty sure when we got into there, he was talking about his dad going to have sex.
Yeah, his dad was talking about it in the chat too. Like he had he's retired and he had a late night rendezvous.
That's weird.
Yeah. Man, Kendall.
The thing is women built the dating market. It's not like we had anything to do with it. We're along for the ride.
Yeah, unless you're a top tier dude, you ain't building the dating market for shit.
At the end of the day, the dating market as it exists in current year is the exclusive pride and prejudice of the ladies.
Could you imagine complaining about the dating market and not just being a top tier dude who gets all the love? Pussies.
And now they're complaining about it.
Just like all the other liberals.
Yeah, fourth wave feminism be like, even though feminism was founded on the basis of gender equality based off of female equality, let's treat men like crap.
No wonder they keep voting Democrat. They have so much in common with a government that
remember to
likes
like it, lick it, stick it, kitties. Here today, we're going to be talking about the drunken peasants and their supreme idiocy, but not before we talk about my father's sexual escapades from last night.
Problems and then claims to have the solution to them.
Sell me big government.
Sell me government. Come on.
Sell me one fucking thing they've ever done that they made any better.
Okay, you want something? Thank you, Joe Biden, for decriminalizing cannabis.
That didn't happen. Cobra's mistaken. Joe Biden did not decriminalize cannabis. It's still on the same schedule as heroin.
King Biden.
That has not happened. He
Freeing
could though.
the weed.
That is the sort of thing that like he could do an executive order for that, but he doesn't.
Appreciate that, bud.
Go, yeah. Come on.
Did you hear that? Autistic screeching in the distance.
The autistic screeching sounds like this. It's pissing me off! It pisses me off!
The Karen comb-overs?
The Karen comb-overs.
As their heads explode.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. If you've managed...
I feel so sorry for women who are named Karen, who are decent women, but because a couple of them have that first name, it's now a thing with the internet. That just irritates me. Like, you're such a Karen. And it's like, dude, call her a bitch. Don't call her a Karen. Because there were good women out there named Karen, and they get a bad rap because of these fucking
whoa. There's some good bitches out there, too.
Yeah.
Who were just like, let me speak to your manager. and your manager's manager, and your manager's manager's manager.
To live your life so that you've somehow avoided the West Elm Caleb saga that
So if you don't know who West Elm Collab is, he's this douchebag guy who used Tinder and dating and shit like that to just fuck chicks and leave them. And I'm like, if that is your thing, then could you be a little bit decent and communicate that in your profile? If you're a dude and you don't want a relationship and you're just using dating to hook up,
if you want honesty in dating, start with yourself and be honest that you should be looking at better places than hookup fucking apps. That's where the honesty starts. Do better. If you were on the app and you ran into West Elm Caleb, you are the problem.
Random sex and then leave. Be honest. Because there are women and men out there looking for real relationships.
And if you're a single straight woman who uses dating apps and have never dated a young man who resembles West Elm Caleb, then it is nothing less than a miracle. Although I take umbrage and offense to the phrase.
Okay, in brief summary, West Elm Collab is a
He calls West Elm Caleb West Elm Collab.
guy who's 25 who got outed on TikTok for allegedly dating multiple women he met on dating apps.
Why is he reading it like this?
All at the same time, leading them on and then ghosting them as soon as they got some pussy. Back in her day, she just called that a fuckboy, said her friend Amelia, age 29. Yes, I know back in 2015, she wrote a story for Vanity Fair entitled Tinder and the Dawn of Dating Apocalypse, of the Dating Apocalypse. Hold on one second. In which she reported a fuckboy is a young man who sleeps with women without any intention of having a relationship with them or perhaps even walking them to the door
Never
post
seen Kratos
sex.
use Tinder.
Yeah.
So I don't use Tinder. Better not be better, boy.
Yeah. Kratos don't do it. I won't do it. A guy doesn't have to walk you to the door. A guy doesn't have to be decent. You have to make sure you find a guy that is decent before you open up your legs to him. The problem is nobody wants to do the due diligence anymore. They want that immediate gratification and they end up paying for it long term.
Yeah, but isn't that like all social media at this point? Like it's just devolving into that?
No.
Okay, good conversation.
That fuckboy shaming.
Tell me why. Well, tell me why you think that. Why do you think all social media is being devolved into a fuckboy fucking a woman?
No, I think it's devolving into like that instant gratification thing. Like that's why you start seeing like YouTube like pushing stuff like YouTube Shorts because it's like mimicking TikTok where it like gets your attention for 15 seconds.
And it usually is like eye candy too.
Yeah. Or like Facebook does the same thing now too. So
the difference is you're not letting that into your vagina, Magicus.
You don't know what people do with it.
I guess you're right. I don't know if people are putting TikTok in their vagina.
They could be. You don't know.
It's a wonderful comparison, Magicus. You're right. Let's compare everything online social media to women letting guys have sex with them, then realizing those guys are pieces of shit.
It is definitely an instant gratification thing, though.
Okay, when you say it like that, isn't most everything online instant gratification?
That's literally what I was like getting at. Yeah.
Well, you should have worded it because the way I said it was that she shouldn't have let a guy in her vagina, and you said, "Isn't all the internet like that, though?"
The thing you said right before that was the thing about instant gratification.
Maybe you should add that in after I talk about letting people in their vagina. It gets a little confusing.
Well, maybe we should also talk about letting things into people's vaginas.
Yes, but we have to be clear. We have to be clear on it, Magicus. That's the problem.
You don't like a little mystery and excitement in your vagina?
And no, the entire internet is not instant gratification. There's a ton of long-term payoff on the internet. Podcasts aren't instant gratification. Podcasts are a long-form, slow dopamine release of gratification. The amount of gratification you get out of a podcast is probably bigger than a TikTok video, but rarely is it as popping, as exciting as a TikTok video.
It's not.
You're on a
as
steady drip.
advertised or pushed by the platforms.
Yeah, so it's not the entire internet, but yes, there is a part of the internet that is focused on instant gratification. The social media is an attention game. The currency is attention, very much. But this other currency of attention that you go to Tinder with ends up letting these fucking scoozbags come in and bang you, and then they treat you exactly like you are somebody who left their door unlocked, asking to get robbed, and they leave, and you're mad that the robber robbed you. Of course you should be mad, but you shouldn't have let them in the house.
Maybe we just need like podcasts for Tinder. That'll solve the problem.
Yes, Magicus, that's true.
Nailed it.
Ladies.
So what you're saying is, he behaved just like a woman, and because he's got a penis, that's bad.
That happened to my buddy.
Yep.
Yeah. He literally went out with a woman at like 5, 6 in the afternoon. And she's like, "Oh, I got back to the office, blah, blah, blah." 2 hours later, there she is with another dude at 2 or 3.
What they're saying is like, oh, you think fuckboys are bad? Women do it way more and get away with it. That's their point.
Women do it too.
They're saying they do it way more, which I don't believe.
But whether or not they do it way more, they probably do it way more. Because there's more opportunity for women to go out and get more guys.
But women want different things in many ways. A lot of them do.
There's a lot of women that just want hookups too, though.
Sure.
They don't have time. They don't have time for the bullshit. They just want to get out there, and they might not be fucking them all. They might be going out and just using them for attention and cutting them loose before these guys use them for pussy. But the idea that because women do it, that it should be okay for guys to do it is idiot's logic. Just because one person does something terrible doesn't mean you yourself should be allowed to do something terrible. You should know what's terrible and live by it. You should live by a set of morals and ethics that make you a better person than the worst people you know. But some people are just happy that they're not Brett Keane.
Block. Like, what the fuck?
And that is actually a really great red flag.
You want gender equality? Stop slut shaming women for getting dick and stop simp shaming men for trying to get laid. That is gender fucking equality.
Yeah, fuck girls are just sluts, Teddy Rumpskin.
Praise men for getting some dick or pussy or whatever they're into, as long as it's of age and consensual. I'm not here to judge outside of that.
Point out to you, gentlemen, if you are still out there in the dating market and a woman gives you the business and says that she needs to have...
I found Cobra's future bride, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Because she's definitely of age, cisgendered, non-related, alive. The consenting part is what the human too, but the consenting part, that's what we got to work on. But she's a goth girl. And she has a wonky eye, kind of like Cobra, I noticed too. She actually she went viral recently, is getting a lot of negative attention because she tried to film a music video in Target and they kicked her out because she didn't ask for permission, and she bought like 50 people with her to like record this choreography, and they kicked her out. And when they kicked her out, she posted it everywhere saying they were racist when they kicked her out. But the whole thing's on video and no one said anything racist. I mean, like, they were filming the whole time. So if there was any evidence of them saying anything racist, it would have been on video and they could have pointed to it.
I'm going to ask a question, and I know it's rhetorical, but like, what the fuck do you think is going to happen if you just bring 50 people into Target to record?
And they're like dancing in the aisleways and everything. And the security guard's like, "Hey, you can't do this. I'm going to have to call the cops if you don't leave." And they try to keep doing it anyway. So they called the cops on him. But her and Cobes, they should get together.
Should have filmed it in a Walmart.
Her name is Baby Storm, spelled Storme.
And we're going to watch her?
Do you want me to? I'm afraid to play her song. I'm afraid to play the song. I saw her and I'm like, and I noticed that she's goth and she has like the wonky eye a little bit. So they should get together. I think they're a match made in heaven. They're both.
She doesn't have any.
There's some
music media on the internet.
I mean, I could show you what she looks like for sure. Let me show you a picture.
If she has any videos of her talking or being interesting, it might be fun to bring up on the show.
Let's see. Here's a picture of her. She has a wonky eye. Here's them in Target.
I can't tell. Oh, that's cute. I like this. Good for her.
I mean, it looks like a fun time, but
look,
I still don't understand how you don't think you're going to get kicked out.
I think the race baiting thing, it was a bad look, and she's getting like dogpiled for it. Like if you go to all of her recent videos, there's just a bunch of hate comments in it. But yeah, she has like she has a wonky eye. Like, and
Are you sure that's not just makeup?
I'm sure. I'm absolutely sure because it's in like almost every photo. It's like the lid is like more lazy. You know, I'm not trying to pick it apart. She's not like an ugly person. I'm just saying, like, when I saw that and that she's goth and cisgendered, of age, alive, non-related human, I was like, man, we got to get her together with Cobes.
Maybe Cobes could like do music for their music video. That'd be a good match.
Don't try to film it at Albertsons in Casper, though. You can't do that. The cops will come. Someone said, I see no goth girl. I mean, that's like her. She's trying to, like, her new song that I heard. It's not the worst. It's not the greatest either. But the thing she was filming that video for, it's like, it sounds kind of like dark wave kind of stuff a little bit. So it almost has kind of like a Depeche Mode kind of feel to it. I don't know. It's not that.
She sounds awesome. Good for her. Keep up the good work. Her squad looked dope in the Target. I hope she got enough footage to use.
They didn't get to use it. I mean, they put up the video.
Take a camera?
They put up the video of what they had, but they didn't get to do a whole video with it. It was cut short, and then the cops came, and then they used that to claim they were racially discriminated against when they clearly weren't. So,
but the song was in the video?
I mean, like, you can hear it in the background because they have to lip sync and dance to it. So you can hear it, but obviously it got interrupted. So
well, maybe they should have just kept going around to different stores to get like a piece of it there and then a piece of it.
Or they
should have. Honest Red brings up a good point. That one guy keeps going back to Target being homophobic over and over again.
They kick him out.
How come
he's trespassed.
Yeah,
he doesn't get to do that.
I don't think that Target is inviting him in there to do it each time. I think they're telling him to fuck off. And
yeah, he's criminally trespassed from Target. We watched the video, so it's all a matter of the thousands and thousands of Target stores, like every person who works there being familiar with him, no matter where it is. So that's why he goes in. How does he get to do it? Because not everyone knows who the fuck he is until they realize. That's why. But when you bring in a crowd of like 40, 50 people with you and you're all dressed all crazy and shit, you're going to draw attention to yourself. Just
let her get a shot.
Where the fuck, like, I can't even imagine where in a Target there's room for like 40 people.
They were doing it.
Dancing.
They were doing it
in the aisles.
Yeah, they were doing it in the aisles, like in like a line of like 4 or 5 people wide in line.
Yeah, the aisles are built for multiple.
I can show you the video. I just don't want to play the music. Hold on.
Yeah, pull it up. She's got a good aesthetic.
I don't think the Targets near me are like.
Billy's reaching really hard to like be positive about everything about this. That's his new.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
Okay. You don't think the race baiting is wrong to like claim something's racist and try to like start some kind of weird uproar over something that clearly was just
I think it's,
hold on. I'm still asking the question. It was clearly just they broke the policies of the store and got kicked out, not like racially motivated.
I think I have to see the part of the video where they were kicked out and see if there's any judgment there.
They're the one.
This is cute.
Well, they're the one filming the video here. So if they had captured anything where they were like, get these blah blahs out of here or whatever, then they'd have a point and I'd be on their side. But there's no indication.
I just remember when BLM broke out and there were all the looters going on. Target said, we support the protest. Why can't they support the Goth Hot movement?
So this is them. I don't want to play the music because it's clearly copyrighted. So this is the security guard. Here comes the security guard. Yeah. Yeah, so he's going to come and like get in front of the camera here.
Ah, boo. Come on. Come on, Whitey Tighty, get out of the way. I'm trying to see this. This is clearly some Southern racism bullshit.
Come on, dude.
This
Stop.
secret shopper wants to block their shot.
Pretty sure this is
Call
in
the
like
cops.
Pretty sure this is in like L.A. or something. So
Call the cops then, secret shopper.
they
Let
did.
these girls
They did
do
call
their
the
zombie
cops.
walk.
They did call the cops.
Let them do their goth zombie walk, secret shopper.
You're laying it on a little thick.
No,
This is not
this is
genuine
awesome. I
the
love
way you're
this.
doing this.
No, this is good stuff. I like this.
This looks like this is near the front of the store, I think.
Yeah, this
Well, they
is
said
good. This
they
is
said you're
cute.
like creating like I can't remember what they said, like a safety violation or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so call the cops and let them get their shot.
They did call the cops, and this is the shot that they got. But this kind of thing you need to film from far away.
Now let's hear what she said about the racism.
It was on Twitter somewhere. I'll pull it up, and it got one of those like Twitter things where like you know the notes on Twitter where they're like, this tweet is not completely accurate. This is what actually happened. It got one of those.
Community notes is like my
Yes.
favorite thing on Twitter now. When it just like completely blows up like whatever stupid thing somebody's saying.
I like it when it gets Elon.
It has gotten him before.
She couldn't even remember the dance because she was so emotional.
She looks happy. I don't know. I'm so sad and emotional. Look how much I'm
A lot
smiling.
of people smile so they don't
Oh
cry.
my God! Lay it on thicker.
I'm just letting you know, Ben. This is
You'll
not
do whatever you
always-
can to defend this.
This is
I
not
know you.
always- No, I don't have to defend it. I don't.
I know you don't
I
have
think
to.
this is
You're
cool.
choosing to.
I like this.
Uh huh.
But they guided me. Security guided me. Poor girl. All this abuse.
Come on, Dad. Let's
This
see.
is-
I'm
this
trying to
is
find
dope.
the song isn't bad. Like I said, like it's not my favorite, but it's not a bad song.
Oh, they got a ring around the posy going too. Who's this dude there? He's I don't even think he's dressed up. Oh, there's another dude there too.
I don't know if that's a dude. I think you're misgendering somebody.
No, there's two dudes.
Okay.
3 dudes. I've seen 3 dudes now. There
There's
might be
one
4.
one in the back I see, I think.
Okay. I'll let you fall on that landmine.
Maybe.
So there actually are 3 male representing humans back there that I could assume we can call dudes.
I think
I
I
don't
saw at
assume
least
anymore.
One guy holding a camera too.
So
Yeah.
here is
There were 3 guys dancing.
It's fine.
Where were the Target employees when white people were doing this? Yet we went
What
while
white
there was
people
no
were
one in
doing
the
it?
store.
Dude,
I don't know. Are
honest
there
to God,
white
they're-
people
they
dancing
don't
in
let
Target?
Homophobes do that shit. They like call the police on them. I don't know what you're getting at.
Are there white people dancing in Target videos? Had police call on us and were a safety violation before we even entered the building? Y'all can never bully me into thinking I don't know what racism is.
All right, so
the video was
it was
taken on
confirmed
September
that
15th.
Yes. So she's being misleading about when it happened and why they were removed. The mask mandate was going full on. It says it was in Fort Lauderdale. I was wrong about where it was. It was in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. September 15, 2020. Mandates were at least like a store mandate here. I don't know because I know the laws in Florida were pretty lax. And they even linked a news story to like, show a reference that like when this happened.
But we didn't see Big Hoss blocking these people's camera.
What? I think this is
Big
from...
Hoss came and blocked their camera.
Yeah, but this is them filming. This is she. I don't know what you're doing now.
She's showing, Ben, she's showing this video of white people not being stopped from filming in Target. That's a different video than hers.
Well, are they filming like 40 people line dancing and filling up the hallways?
40 people taking masks off in a cough.
Oh my God. Here's There's
Their
no
mask is
evidence
off in
that the
middle of a
employee.
cough.
There's no evidence that the employee is racist. Target has a policy that shopping should be distraction-free from the video. It would appear that the group is smiling and dancing, soliciting attention, which is against Target policy. So this is the other.
Soliciting attention. Yeah, they can call the cops and everything, but this guy was being kind of a dick blocking their shot.
No,
Okay, well,
he was trying to get them to
being a dick
stop.
Is not being racist.
No, it's
so.
he has the right to block their shot. He wants them to stop, and that's the easiest way to stop without getting physical with anybody.
This racist Target employee called the police on us for dancing in Target, so we danced anyway.
You know what? Maybe they should have just used one of those little drones so it could fly up higher than
No.
it could stand. That's the fucking 300 IQ move.
That would be lit. I think I saw Shoe on Head in the back there.
Do you have facial blindness?
No.
Okay. It is
you
a
were the
thing.
one that didn't notice 3 guys, Ben.
It is a
Listen to
thing.
dance in public.
We're talking about this now because we want to set this
Noticing
girl up.
gender has nothing to do with facial blindness. It's not being able to notice unique faces and match them up with actual people. That's how facial blindness works.
Next time I make a joke, you can accuse me of facial blindness.
Maybe I'll
as well.
laugh next time you make a joke.
I don't think so.
I don't know. So they did do this at some like outdoor mall thing. They got to do their whole routine here.
Yeah, is this Santa Monica or something?
I don't know where this is. But yeah, they did the whole thing here. They got to because you could more easily do it here. And people were leaving mean comments. They're like, I've never wanted to see a train plow through a street so badly in my life. I'm like, okay, that's a little over the top, but so yeah, they did it here. Good for them.
Yeah.
Someone,
video.
Someone, get Cobes her number. Let's make this happen.
I'm a big fan of her, and even though the guy wasn't being racist, I don't really care if she called him racist. She obviously has some personal issues she's letting out on
Your
this guy.
personal
She
issues
needs to
doesn't
deal
give
with
you the
that.
right to do shit like that.
Oh, I mean, everybody has the right to be wrong. Obviously, she's wrong. I think this video's dope, and I hope more people are fans of hers because of it.
Simply being wrong doesn't always have the consequences of being labeled a racist with when your face is in a video. I mean, you know this. You know this. Someone took your face and put it on Facebook and said this guy's a racist, and you got shit for it when you didn't do anything wrong. So
Yeah, but-
it's not simply
but
just
I
being
didn't- I
wrong.
didn't let
It's
a bunch of-
slandering someone. Well, I don't care how you handled it. That doesn't make a difference. It's
Well, then
not
what's
her.
the point of comparing me to this situation?
It's not simply being wrong. You're being over the top. You want to do this thing where you defend it unconditionally. You're not intellectually honest about it. It's fine. It's fine. I should be used to it.
That's a wrong accusation. I just think this is
I have the right to
cool,
be wrong,
and
Billy.
I'm glad of course you do. I think this is cool, and I like what she did, and she needs to watch who she calls racist, or she's gonna get backlash from people like you.
She is
That's
getting
simple.
it. I didn't give her any backlash, and I said her song because there are people like just being awful about it. I said her song's actually pretty decent. Like the song, I would play it right now if I could. So it's not people like me. I'm not trying to give her backlash, and I think she should hook up with Cobra. You're trying to minimize it.
And we both think that she's great. And I don't know
if
why
she's
I'm being
great.
singled out for thinking she's great.
Because you're over the top.
Well, I mean, you just agreed that I think you think it's cool too.
No, I think the song is all right. I don't really like the video, and I don't like the calling people racist. Unless you have evidence, I'd be on her side for sure. She does have a wonky eye if you look at it. Like I went back because I was like, oh, this song's okay, and I went and listened to like little snippets of all of her songs on her YouTube channel, and noticed the like I was like, what's weird about her eyes? And then I noticed like it's like one of her eyelids is like lazy, and then like the eye doesn't point in the same.
Lazy? You're gonna lazy? That's racist. Her claim of racism, I can see where it's coming from. She feels like white people have gotten away with this. She's obviously wrong. She needs to realize that this wasn't racism. It was just this guy was stopping her from using his store as a music video location. I think the guy was a dick, but it was his job to
I
be a
don't
dick.
see anything. He was like warning them. He's like, I'm gonna have to end up calling the cops on you guys. Like he warned them. He didn't just call. I don't see the dick
And then,
move.
then say call the cops.
So
Go
like,
call the
if
cops,
your
get out of my
job,
shop.
if your job is the security guard at Target, and you're supposed, and it's your job, and you have to stop these people from filming. What's the best way to do it without getting physical? Is just blocking the camera, and that's what he did. I
Call
don't
the
think that's a
cops.
dick move.
It didn't stop them from dancing. He should have just went and called the cops.
I
If
mean,
you
a
would
lot
let them
of-
get their shot. If you would have let them get their shot and get out, say, look, get out, get your shot, get out. You have 20 seconds.
He didn't have to
You
let them.
30 seconds, 1 minute.
Getting the
1 minute,
cops-
get out.
He gave them the opportunity to leave before the cops are involved, and that happens a lot. Like usually, they don't just automatically call the cops.
You gotta remember what that was like 3 years ago, so it was also in the middle of the pandemic, so they have even
3
more.
years ago, when Target was the first business to say we support Black Lives Matter, it's okay. if
That
you
wasn't
riot
the
our
people
stores.
working at your local Target. That was.
Oh my
God. I mean, like you pretend not to understand these very basic things. Like
What,
when
did
you
this guy working at Target
did
was
that
being a
guy?
dick? That's all I said.
He was. I disagree. But also, was the guy working at Target the one that put out those social media tweets that you're referencing? I don't think he was. He's just an employee at Target.
It's just interesting that Target would have that stance 3 years ago about letting people riot and it's okay, it's an expression, and then now this guy's over here like y'all can't dance.
It's not the same
It's like-
person. You're conflating
but this
like
guy's
corporate
choosing
Target
to
with
block
the
their
guy,
camera.
the average Joe that works at the fucking Target as a security guard. It's not the same
I'm simply
thing.
showing that Target has made a public stance to support protest in their stores. And this is an expression. Target has publicly made that stance. They support protest. They supported
That wasn't a
rioting,
protest.
let alone dancing.
That was not a protest.
Well,
that was them filming a music video.
I'm gonna pull up what Target said in response to the BLM.
We've already been over that.
Why is this still happening?
I don't know because once he takes a position, it doesn't matter. He'll never back down from it.
The Target CEO said, "We are a community in pain. That pain is not unique to the Twin Cities. It extends across America. The murder of George Floyd has unleashed the pent-up pain of years, as have the killings of Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor. As a Target team, we've huddled, we've consoled, we've witnessed horrific scenes similar to what's playing out now and wept that not enough is changing. And as a team, we vowed to face pain with purpose. In any of our other locations that are damaged or at risk, the safety and well-being of our team, guests, and the surrounding community will continue to be our paramount priority. It's hard to see now, but the day will come for healing, and our team will join our hearts, hands, and resources in that journey." But now, 3 years later, how they've forgotten, and they won't let somebody do a goth dance? Okay.
I can hear the insincerity in your voice.
I see you, Target CEO.
You know, chat.
I want the Target CEO.
interrupts all of this.
I want the Target CEO to make a comment about this dance and see where they really stand.
Yeah, I don't know if they made a statement about it. We maybe in the old news story, like if you go back to the news story, maybe they made a statement about it then when it made the local news years ago.
Well, the dance didn't happen years ago. The dance was recent.
What do you mean the dance? No, that was in 2020. It was in them dancing in Target happened in 2020. That's what I just said. Yeah, were you paying attention?
I swear.
No, I think
the
you're
date
wrong.
was
Okay,
on
let's
the
look it up
article. It should say it like on the thing that we.
What's her name? Baby Storm?
I'm looking it up right now. So here it is. This video was taken on September 15th, 2020.
Ben, that's not the dance video, Ben.
Okay, so what is this? This is okay.
This is a video of white people protesting. This is the video she said where Target let white people protest.
Oh, okay.
So when did this happen?
This dance video is recent, which is why you've seen it recently, and why it's
okay,
being
that
talked
makes
about
more-
recently.
I mean, there's plenty of times
Okay,
where
so I'm the only one that understands what goes on, I guess.
he's going to use
This is why we're having a problem. This is why
No.
we're having a problem, honestly. I'm the only one that
No, I
understands
think we're having a
things.
problem because this is like so meaningless.
We're having a serious discussion about goth and acceptance.
No, you're not.
Yes. I think this is awesome. I love this girl. I think what she's doing is great. I don't have any ill will towards Target.
Okay.
But I think Target.
I don't think the problem's with Target. I think the problem
I think
is
Target
with
should be like,
calling
you know
it
what?
racism.
Well, I mean, she's obviously coming from a place before this guy showed
care.
up. She has
You know
a
what?
history.
I'm going to take the bold stance that I think I would enjoy my shopping experience at Target if there were more goth chicks dancing there. So,
Thank you. Thank you. Roger Wilco says her race baiting is wrong, though. But this is the thing.
He's going to make an excuse for it.
From her perspective, she's loaded with the racism. She has a history of feeling like things against her are racist, and she's misattributing it here, probably because of previous things. And that's wrong. That's wrong. But it's not that bad, just like dancing in Target isn't that bad. Hopefully everybody shooting at her has taught her something about it, and she's a little more able to process and realize the situation after this. But all that being said, I quite enjoy this video.
She's getting more attention now than ever before.
I'm more punk, I'm more goth, I'm more rock and roll than anybody else in this podcast, and that's why I like this shit, because I'm so punk and goth and rock and roll.
If Honest Red is saying you're based, you're doing something wrong. Just want to point that out.
That's not true. Honest Red is an honest American.
Oh yeah, he's not biased about anything.
Is dance illegal? I don't know. Some people here think it should be.
It's illegal to violate the policy of private property, and if they ask you to stop doing something or you have to leave, you should leave.
Death Leprechaun says Billy should prove his point by taking 50 people to Target and filming a Pinwheel music video. I filmed a music video called Rockstar in a Walmart parking lot, and I only took two people. And I only took two people, myself, the cameraman, and one other person into the store with me, and nobody saw us. If I would have had 50 people looking that good, I would have did it. I would have did it.
Dancing in public, you can. I mean, it's private property open to the public, so when the managers of the property tell you to leave, you have to leave. They can tell you to leave for any reason.
You have to leave, or they call the cops.
Right.
Yeah, Zoe says someone get Billy 50 goth girls for a music video. Yes, please, please. I'll get 86 out of a Walmart if you can get me 50 goth girls for a music video.
Store policies aren't
I don't know
laws,
if I want to get 86 out of Target though.
But trespassing is a law, and if you violate store policies,
And laws have to be enforced.
Yeah.
yeah. So we agree then we're gonna put a goth in every aisle corner in the store now.
Thank you. I want the goths serving me bullshit like the women
Are
at
you ready for
Costco and give me
actual mania
samples.
chat choo-choo tip train?
Choo-choo.
Yeah, we're almost
Magic
at 40%.
Coming through with the tip and chip. If there was a goth version of Hooters, what would it be called?
I don't know.
Gloomers? We have a Gloomers in the chat.
I want to say Doomer, but that has a different meaning.
Goth Hooters? Doomers?
Does it have to sound like Hooters, or could it have a different name? Does it have
anything? It could be.
Does it still have to reference boobs? Because most of those do, like
I don't know.
Because like there's Twin Peaks, which is like Hooters, but it's like a mountain man Hooters, and then there's Ojos Locos, which means crazy eyes, but that's also a boob reference. So there's a lot of restaurants that are like that, but they all kind of keep the like funny boob name, which is interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what a good, but that being said, whether the name's there or not, we need a Goth Hooters is what I'm saying. Spookers. I think Sticky just said a no word, but also had the best name said yet.
Oh my God.
Spookers.
Yeah. That's
boobs. We got boobs. Boo. Boo. Like a ghost says boo, but it's boobs. Cutters. Yeah, Cutters is a good one. I like that.
Oh no.
Ask Rave. Welcome to Cutters. We have pizza. Get yourself a slice. We have black pepperoni pizza. Get a slice. Welcome to Cutters. Welcome to Boobers. Welcome to Cutters. Yeah, I think Cutters wins. Boobers was close. It's Boobers, like boo, like a ghost, because we're goth. All right, didn't take too long. Dark Jiggles, says Zoe. I was thinking about dark Jiggles, dark Hooters. I think Cutters is a good one. Welcome to Cutters. We're like Hooters, except we wear black.
The pizza restaurant in Joe Exotic's zoo was called Zooters. For some reason.
Zooters? Yeah. It's a zoo.
Zooters.
It was Hooters at a zoo.
There were no
Pixel says
big booby.
emo does not equal goth.
Zooters is the only pizza place that I would ever want to go to if I was at a zoo run by Joe Exotic.
Yeah.
How many goth girls do you know that didn't also cut?
Most of
I don't
them.
think cutting is strictly emo. I think most goth girls were cutters.
That's not true. Most people are not cutters. There are cutters, but most people are not.
I think we don't know the.
Of course, you were going to say that.
I think people hide it. People hide it. It's their private little shame. Cutters are very careful to make sure.
I think this is true.
Public,
but we just don't know if it's like that.
We don't know how many, of course, because
absence of evidence is not evidence at all. So,
well,
you saying that we just don't know about it because people hide it does not mean it happens.
Well, I guess if there's no evidence, then nobody's ever been murdered that was unsolved. Spookers is a place in New Zealand, Billy. It's a haunted house in an old mental hospital. Is it?
It is.
Like obviously things exist without evidence, right?
Yeah, but you can't make the claim that it's the majority of it. You can the fact that it exists doesn't mean that there's any evidence that would be the majority of it. And just because you don't
even have the evidence numbers for how many goth girls cut themselves or don't cut themselves, right? So we're both going off
right. Lack of evidence
either way.
No.
We don't have the numbers in front of us.
Evidence is affirmative. It's not the other way around.
Pixel seems to think they know all about this. Pixel says no goth girls cut themselves. So if Pickles knows, I'll take Pixel I'll take Pickles as Mega Pickles. I'll take Mega Pickles as the be all end all of this. No goth girls cut themselves. Cutters is a horrible idea for a goth Hooters. Now Cutters will be the emo Hooters. And then I'll say to you, what's the real difference? What's the real difference?
Over here, help me push.
What's the real difference between a goth Hooters and an emo Hooters? What's the real difference? Tell me that now, Pickles.
The type of music they like.
Yeah, Zoe says emos cut, goths kill. The music sucks at emo Hooters. That's the difference.
There's like aesthetic differences, but mostly just the type of music. And emo, like what was considered emo, changed drastically too. Like what it was in its infancy compared to like what it ended up being in the 2000s. The music sounds almost indistinguishable from how it started. I guess that does happen with a lot of music genres, though.
Now, a 2006 article titled Self-Harm in Goth Youth Subculture says the study reinforces popular stereotypes. While goth subculture is the focus of Young et al.'s study, they cite only 2 references, only one academic. The authors have not consulted other pertinent studies and have not framed the results with the respect to existing knowledge. For example, while Young et al. Show a prevalence of young men in the goth category, Hodgkins, whom cite as reference, clearly states the goth subculture compromises equal numbers of male and female followers. They find that the young women in the goth culture are at a higher risk of suicide.
At a higher risk. That doesn't mean the majority of them do it. You said the majority.
Well, I guess that
Here
means
comes the
there is no.
goalpost.
I guess that means there's no connection to cutting. I guess that means there's no connection to cutting in the goth community, and that Cutters reference for a goth naming a goth a Hooters Cutters was stupid. Then.
Yes.
Oh well, I disagree.
Thank
'cause
you.
We have a 2006 article connecting cutting to goth subculture.
So you have a nearly 20-year-old article that doesn't actually say what you said, but you're going to make it sound like it said what you said.
I'm just saying.
Not a
the name
surprise.
Cutters,
Billy
the name
being
Cutters for a goth
disingenuous.
Hooters was relevant. That's all I'm saying. The name
Yeah,
Cutters
it's a stereotype.
for a goth Hooters
It's a
was
stereotype.
relevant. And there's a 2006 article that corroborates the stereotype with a study.
Yeah,
So,
the study just
once
said
again,
are at a
it
higher
was
risk.
Correct.
It wasn't.
Once again, it was a funny joke. Thank you. I can't remember who posted it in the chat. It was funny. It was valid. Your humor was valid. Everybody who questioned you was wrong to question you. In the world of comedy and humor, what you gave us was great. And in this humor-defied podcast where logic realms over ha-ha, you've been greatly cut today for your Cutters comment that was spot on. Beautiful comedy. Gothic Hooters named Elvira's, good name too. If they were all dressed up like Elvira, that'd be hot. Is Elvira goth? Is that 100% confirmed?
I mean, she's just a ripoff of Vampira, who was...
Is Vampira goth?
You could say in a way, but no, she was just like she was a sexy lady that they dressed up to play like a vampire to host late night movies. She didn't dress that way.
Sorry, Honest Red. Gothic Hooters cannot be called Elvira's.
I mean, it could.
Because Elvira's is a ripoff of somebody who was not goth.
She
Sarah
has
Jo says Elvira is goth for sure.
There's some gothic aesthetics to it, but it was just created. It wasn't created to be goth, you know, like it not part of the actual subculture.
Is Morticia Adams goth?
The goth subculture didn't exist when Morticia Adams was a thing, but you could say there's definitely some influence in the way people dress now.
So it can be an influence for the goth culture. Would mean if it was an influence, it could be considered goth then because it influenced it. When something's an influence, it kind of becomes a part of the culture by proxy.
Sure, fine.
Yeah,
And
whatever,
now-
dude. You're being annoying, man.
Why are we still doing
I know.
We're having an
No.
engaging conversation.
We're not.
Our audience is all in it, and they're about 50-50 split on the conversation. This is a good conversation, by the way. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the audience interaction that's going on.
Well,
the only thing more they could be doing is donating their
Audience
opinions.
really thinks about this.
And then on top of this, we've come to the ultimate now. It's a trans goth Hooters.
Oh my god.
In the style of the Addams Family called Adam's Apple.
Is this like the end goal where you've just been trying to drive us for like a half an hour?
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's episode was brought to you by our audio-only podcast streams where you get the beginning, hidden, private pre-show only on those audio-only podcasts. Please subscribe on all your audio-only platforms. Sticky says I can't start a slow clap for myself. Well, why not? Tell me why not, Sticky. Tell me why not.
I don't know. Are you
Sticky
maybe
is
only
typing.
goths can start slow claps? Is that could be the rule? I don't know. So if I don't know, then maybe.
Sticky is typing.
Normally in the history of slow claps, it's someone who heard it, someone else who heard it that started the slow clap. They don't normally do it for themselves.
Sticky says early 2000s high school movie rules. Yeah, good point. I was breaking the norm. I was breaking form. Who's hotter, Elvira or Morticia Adams? I got to go with Elvira.
They come from a totally different era. They wouldn't have let Morticia Adams dress like Elvira. I always thought Lily Munster was more attractive than Morticia Adams. They're kind of comparable.
Yeah, the Munsters and Adams
They're out
comparable.
at the same time. Kind of comparable.
Jenny says Ben is gray rocking. Is that like an offshoot of Goth?
What is that? Is that talking about like the gray hairs I have coming in?
I don't know what gray rocking means. I thought it was a Goth thing.
I got a lot of them like on the sides and like a couple up here.
Some random Canadian says that Ben looks like a nom vet. He definitely like looks like he's been through some shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's like the gray rock method is where you deliberately act unresponsive or unengaged so that an abusive person will lose interest in you.
Oh, yes, that is what I'm doing. That is what I'm doing. That's why I stopped talking eventually. Thank you. Thank you for giving me a name for that term. Because now I can just say that
Gish
next time I
galloping.
do it. How is that gish galloping?
Ben was gray rocking my gish galloping.
Yeah, you do gish galloping.
Cheese Wizard says Billy looks like a numb vet. Dude, I went through some shit.
A nom vet would be like 70 years old. So, oh, dude, I watched a Sturgis.
Who's Mavis?
I watched a Sturgis video where he said, "You look like you were 50," and I'm like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, Billy's only Sturgis was like, Billy's only 40 and he looks like he's 50." I don't know if it was a video or like a comment I saw that he made.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
That's obviously his little hamster wheel turning, trying to think of an own.
Yeah.
Everybody who sees me is like, dude, you don't look 40. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I have Andy Milonakis syndrome.
So you look like you're 13.
I look like a cute little kid. I'm a baby face boy. I look like Mavis.
Oh, I shouldn't have.
15-year-old Mavis.
I shouldn't have moved the conversation this way. Because he'll be like, I'm like this cool thing. I'm like that cool thing. I'm like this other cool thing. And we'll get 100 reasons why Billy the Fridge is so cool. I was just trying to defend you and say you don't look like you're 50. That's all. But then you have to take it to the extreme level. We know, Billy.
I was commenting on the person in chat who said Mavis is too young.
Who's Mavis?
15-year-old me would love her. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. Techno Hippie Corner brought it up. Is Mavis from the Munsters or Addams Family or something? I don't get it.
Mavis is 118.
Some random Canadian says, Billy, don't be mean. No need to rub your sexiness over everyone. You know how many people would get jealous?
Here it is.
If I didn't get them when I rubbed it over everyone? Yep. The ones I didn't get to would
Ever
kill
notice
me.
the comments Billy chooses to read?
Most of them.
No. Most of the ones about you that say something positive about you. But you know what?
Mavis,
okay.
Mavis is from Hotel Transylvania, it says. Which I guess people were comparing Mavis from Hotel Transylvania to Elvira. This is the goth conversation that our audience
I've never
has been
heard of
waiting for.
Mavis before. That's news to me.
Yeah, Techno Hippie says I didn't bring her up, so somebody must have brought her up. I guess she was voiced by Selena Gomez. Representative Necromancer says Billy doesn't read my comments anymore, but do you know why?
You used his
Not
name that
about you.
time.
Yeah, I bet if you posted more things about Billy, he'd probably read them more.
Yeah, you just put my name in the comment and I read it. See how it works?
That's what I was saying.
Thank you, Billy,
I engage
for
with the
standing up for my
comments all the
boob-based
time.
Gothic restaurant franchise. What a sweet boy and so based.
You're welcome, Honest Red. I will
think after
always stand
hearing
up
all
for
the
what's right.
options- After all the options, I think I would go with Gloomers. Gloomers is a good one.
Gloomers?
Yeah,
Over Cutters?
I think so.
I think there might actually have been a restaurant called Cutters.
There probably was. It's like a kind of like an old.
There's a place in
seafaring name.
Yeah, there's a place in Seattle called Cutters Restaurant, Cutters Crab House.
Yeah. Arr, Cutter.
Yeah.
I read that one to Necromancer. Keep trying. I don't read everybody's comments. I read comments when we have a lull in conversation.
I have
it's a way to keep the TV episode Drunken Peasants podcast going.
Here's Egghead's
TV episode.
Because we agreed on Egghead creating the stipulation for this match at Actual Mania, and he made a promo announcing what the match is all about. So we'll do this before we end the show tonight.
So, this month's Actual Mania is going to have the very first Egghead Challenge. Oh, this is going to be good. And with it being the egg...
This is porn music, right?
Yes.
Well, that's what they call the NWO music. They called it porn music. And he's obviously wearing the Hollywood Hogan glasses and hat, playing the NWO music. Very, very obvious NWO
challenge.
moment.
I get to make up the rules, and I get to be the special guest referee for the match as well. So, what are the rules for the Egghead Challenge, you might ask? Well, simply because I am the World Heavyweight Champion now, I have been putting up with bullshit for years and years and years and years and years on end from this supposed community, from the people who supposedly love me. So let's just get right down to it. I want the two combatants in this match, Drake Dragsaw and the Mad Clown, to verbally and symbolically suck my dick. And I want you guys to make it as creative as possible.
All right. I like the Egghead heel arc. He is actually, this is like, these are some of the better promos he's ever made.
So the
Zoe must have wrote this.
I want you to do that. I want you to be creative, the most creative, most shocking possibly even as well. And whoever I deem better than the other ones, I'll give you an extra 20% on the vote. So,
putting his dick on the scale.
Time's a ticking. Let's see what you got, boys.
All right. So they have to like fillet Egghead, basically. Yeah, you start a slow clap.
Literally, yes.
That was fantastic, Egghead.
His last
You
one was
son of
good
a
too.
bitch. Well, yeah, but that was unexpected. That was fantastic. Symbolically.
Does the winner get to literally suck your dick after that?
Yeah, they get to.
That's that type of shit, man. The actual Mania needs right there, again. You sick son of a bitch. That was smart and fucking sick. And I worry about what Drake Dragsaw and the Mad Clown will do to get your 20% vote.
I'm surprised Egghead doesn't have a belt already, because I would think he would take this opportunity to order himself a new world championship belt.
I would have thought he'd have ordered it months ago, expecting to win the belt.
Probably.
I'm just sitting there looking at it because there's no way that he would have been able to not show it off.
Yes.
Been like, hey, in this video, this is the belt that I'm going to win from you.
I guess he could repurpose his old Cringerweight belt as his belt. I don't know if it says Cringer.
He's probably already waiting for it to be delivered.
I don't need to order a belt because I'm going to take mine from Big Diesel.
Yeah, you're one of the other matches. So, yeah.
That's right.
Should be interesting. Some random Canadian says, tell Egghead I'll see him at SummerSlam. We already had SummerScam. But honestly, all jokes aside, if anyone new wants to hop into Actual Mania, we're taking new people on the roster. If you want to do that.
Some random Canadian just wants it to be known that he will give Egghead the suck. That's all. And whether it's at SummerSlam or somewhere else.
So wait, the Actual Mania for this month is which date?
It is. Let me take a look here. It is.
I think it's the 25th.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's Friday the 25th. We're doing both of our Patreon shows next week. We're doing one on Monday the 21st, and I'm working on that. I'm thinking we're gonna do Who's Worse between Sturgis and Jarrett. It probably won't be. I don't know if we should call it Who's Worse because I feel like Jared's worse just because of the PDF file stuff. But I want to do it.
Let's call it bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, because I want to do a comparison of their two. They share a lot of negative traits with each other.
Just get all of the traits that they share, and that's what they vote on.
Yeah,
we're not going to vote on who's worse as far as being a sicko goes.
Yes,
because they don't share that.
Right.
We're only voting on the traits they share.
He is kind of a sicko, though, Sturgis, like we saw the clips, but he has not admitted to the same things Jared admitted to.
Then I think maybe you could only vote on the clips we show.
Yeah.
And is there videos of Jared trying to perform sex on the air or something?
There might
is
be.
Is he humping his animals somewhere?
There might
if we
be.
can get videos of Jared performing sex and
I feel like that's a pretty easy bet to make.
So then we would form that as who's the worst lover, and we would use those videos to show who the worst lover is.
Yeah,
that's how we would form that. That's how we would get around.
How many?
Not calling Sturgis a complete sicko.
How many
things can't compete with Jared?
How many things do we normally vote on? 5.
I think it was 5.
It has to be an odd number to avoid a tie.
And I think one of them was who's overall worse, and maybe we don't do that in this one because I feel like Jared would automatically win. Maybe who's overall dumber, something like that.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard.
All the things can't really be shoo-ins, They can't be gimmies to one or the other. That's all we have to worry about when we get the questions.
Necromancer wants me to announce the full card, so I will. The Actual Mania 47. So we're probably going to add another match. I'm going to have to brainstorm about this because we did tentatively have Sturgis versus Jared on there, but I don't want to do that if we're going to make a whole show about it. But we do have the Grifter match between Derek Savage and Eric July. That's going to be a fun match, an opener match. And then I'm going to try to work on a match that we can put after that. And then we're going to have Egghead's Challenge, which is the Mad Clown versus Drake Dragsaw. And you just heard the rules to that one. And then we have a number one contender match where the winners overall are going to be number one contenders for titles. It's going to be the Cringerweight champion Jespro teaming up with Vermin Supreme, the tag team champions, versus Captain Kool-Aid's Lowbrow Jester and the Necromancer. If Kool-Aid's, Lowbrow Jester, and the Necromancer win, then Kool-Aid's will get to face Jespro the following month for the Cringerweight title, and Lowbrow Jester and Necromancer will get to face Vermin Supreme next month for the tag team title. And then we have the King of Games Championship, the main event, King of Games Championship match. Big Diesel putting it on the line against Magicus. I don't know do we know what the stipulation is yet for that?
He said to wait till the end of the week because he wants to have a few different options to figure out which one he's going to go with. So
Okay.
We do not know for sure what it's going to be yet, but
should be fun. Should be amazing. So that's what we've got going on so far. That is something else. I'm excited for that. We didn't make the 50%, but we got 40%. I'm gonna give anyone out there that wants to help us meet the goal and take the pressure off of tomorrow to please go ahead and give us one last tip train. If you want to help us out with one last tip train, that would be amazing. Link in the chat. Help us out. I'll leave it open for like 5 more minutes or so. And then we're out of here. We had a good show. And next week, we're going to do our movie review, the Teen Wolf movie review. We'll probably do it. We're actually doing another Wednesday show a week from today, so we'll probably do it that night. I know one of you's got a tip train coming. I know you're out there.
Boop, boop.
I know
boop,
you're
boop.
out there. I don't care if we don't hit 50, but I know. I feel it. I feel it right now. That there's someone out there that can make this
Diesel,
tip train
I just want you to know, I don't care what game it is that you choose for us to play, but this is the king of games, and I am a much better gamer than you, and I am definitely going to kick your ass. It doesn't matter what the stipulation is. I'm coming for you. And that belt's going to be mine.
I'm coming for you, gamer.
Yeah.
We got another super chat, which doesn't go towards the goal, but I appreciate it.
Thank you, some random Canadian, for all your love, even though some of your love is going to go to Egghead. And that Egghead crack 2 eggs, make an omelet challenge.
Oh, yeah, that was the name of it.
Egghead's 2 egg omelet challenge.
That's what it was called.
If you really want to get under his skin, you can call him Ken doll. I don't want to have Kendall
Good night,
in relation
sweet
to a
boys.
Ken doll.
Thank
Hey,
you. I
thank
appreciate
you,
that. I've never eaten an omelet ever in my life.
How have you never eaten an omelet?
I don't really like eggs a lot. I like a lot of food. Like, I'll eat a lot of shit a lot of people refuse to eat, but I really don't like just straight up eggs.
Eggs are like one of my favorite things to eat.
A lot of people like them. A lot of people like them.
You got scrambled over easy.
Yeah, I don't really care for any of that.
Fucking hard boiled. Like, it doesn't matter. It's all good.
Oh, I won't deny most people like eggs for sure. I'm the odd one out
When you
here.
see a chef, the creases the chefs have
that's
on
how many
the brim
ways
of
they
their
cook
hat are
eggs.
different ways they know how to
Don't
prepare
tell
eggs.
anyone.
Yeah.
That's how important eggs are in eating. Shh, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. Got us to 42.5% of the way to the goal. Seth looks, thank you. We won't tell anyone. That's how important eggs are in cuisine.
Look, I like eggs a lot, but I don't like eggs enough to suck their dick. All right.
I'll eat things that have egg in it, just not when egg is like the primary ingredient. Like, I'll even eat French toast, which has, egg all over it. Or I'll eat fried rice with like little egg bits in it. I can handle the.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I would not touch that shit though. But
I
I'll do it.
Fried rice with the egg.
Yeah, just like straight
Or
up
like
eggs.
ramen.
But
You ever eat ramen with the
I
fried egg on
don't.
top?
I usually ask for them not to put that in there, but there's been a few times where they just put it in anyway. I usually don't eat it. But there are times like when me and Jeff Holiday were in Vancouver in 2020, we went to this brunch place in downtown Vancouver, and I ordered chicken and waffles and had no idea that they were gonna put like a runny egg on top of the waffle. And I don't like to send food back unless it's really, really bad, so I just ate it anyway. Like,
Was it okay, or was it really miserable?
well, I didn't really like the egg part, but I just ate that as like I scooped that off and ate it. I didn't waste it. Like, I didn't scrape it
Yeah.
off. I just like ate it as fast as I could, and then I ate the chicken and waffle afterwards.
I will say runny eggs are not really like my favorite out of all of them, but I still will eat them.
Yeah,
I do prefer it.
Some of it's soaked in.
I think they're great.
Eggs over hard is preferable to over easy for me.
Eggs over hard is preferable. I like to dip my toast. I like to have that drizzle. If it gets down in my hash browns, I'm happy. I like that wet runny.
Someone
I
in the
like
chat.
that wet.
Someone in the chat asked me to tweet at Kendall. I don't think Kendall has a Twitter. I don't believe so. If anyone knows it, you can find. But I don't believe. I think he only has an Instagram.
Yum Nom says egg salad is an S tier sandwich. That's wild. I don't. I like egg salad. Egg salad is
like a
like
C tier sandwich.
I'll go to egg salad, but I don't. An Acrostatic coming through. Thank you. I don't go to egg salad as like an S tier. You know, I think it's like if I see it on the menu, I'll be like, okay, I think I could do egg salad. Egg salad's a nice, comfortable sandwich where I assume most places aren't going to mess it up. But I've never thought of it as anything more than a sturdy little hitter.
Deviled eggs. That's another really good one that I like.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah, deviled eggs are bomb.com.
My
A lot of people
favorite
like
way
them.
to have eggs, though, is definitely the Wendy's breakfast baconator.
Really?
Yeah.
Your favorite way to have eggs is fast food.
The breakfast baconator is fucking life changing.
He's doing his Wendy's gimmick, but
Okay.
it's not bad. It's not bad. It's got some hollandaise on it. It's got sausage, bacon, ham. It's got egg. It's got double bacon on a croissant, right?
I
Or
always
no,
thought
it's
it
a bun.
looked
It's a bun.
gross how
Sorry, go ahead.
McDonald's egg looks like a hockey puck with like yellow and white in it.
Yeah, but the way they do that is they just have like a little hockey puck like cooking tin that they cook
Yeah.
it in, right? You could. Some people do that with tuna cans. They'll hollow out the tuna cans and cook the eggs in it in a tuna can, so they have their own little McMuffin.
Yeah.
I think they microwave their eggs, don't they?
I never worked at McDonald's, so I'm not sure, but I know it looks like a hockey puck. It's just weird, but I wouldn't like it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I think we got a couple donos. That's good. We had a great show, a longer than usual show. We thank you for all your support. Check out the post show because the new one's going to be up probably within 30, 40 minutes from now.
Pre-show on all the audio.
Oh
on
yeah,
the
the
podcast.
pre-show is what I meant. Pre-show.
Yeah.
My bad. All right, we'll see you all next time. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Yeah.
In the beginning, there was nothing, and then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.